You mean to tell me you weren't recording this glorious solo podcast?
No, unfortunately,
By
I
yours
wasn't.
truly?
Do better, Wisp.
Oh
Do
my
better.
god. I'm gonna include that in my podcast. I don't really care.
Oh goddamn.
No, okay. So we're officially starting? Is this it? Is this
I
the
believe
beginning?
so. Yeah, yeah. If you wanna start us off now, feel free.
Oh, I'd love to.
Go for it.
What is up, boys and girls? Welcome to the Wundercast with the boys. Say hi, the boys.
What's up?
Yo,
Yo.
what
I am
up?
being joined here with Wistful and Carpal. We finally got Carpal in here. As you can see, he did not die from his recent endeavors, but he is now here with us to join us in our wonderful podcast. And what is our topic we're doing today, guys? What is it on?
Pretty sure it's on Wonder Weapons.
Wonder Weapon. Sorry, I just really wanted to do that. Yeah. Honestly, some interesting things we have to talk about on Wonder Weapons. I have a huge list for you guys of topics I thought of, but I am just curious to hear, first of all, what is your favorite Wonder Weapon?
I guess I'll go first. My favorite Wonder Weapon of all time is Alistair's Annihilator from Dead of the Night.
Ooh,
I actually honestly forgot that was even a Wonder
that's
Weapon.
a good one.
Wow, yeah, that is actually a good one. I forgot about that. I haven't played that particular map in such a long time. What about you, Wistful, though? What would be your choice?
My favorite Wonder Weapon, it is gonna be the OG, not the OG, but one of the OGs. I gotta go with my man, the Wunderwaffe DG2. I gotta go with the original.
Really?
I really gotta go with it.
I mean, I've always loved the design of it, but no, Carpal, share your thoughts.
See, I get it's like the podcast namesake. It's like what we're named after, but
Mhm.
it's kind of boring.
Really, that one?
Really?
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
has,
chose
one of
it
the
for
cooler
like the
designs.
fact that it's a
Electric
lightning
weapon. Well, I mean,
gun
we
and
did
it's
kinda get
like
another electric
it's
weapon
fun
in World War
gameplay.
II, of course. But it was the original one,
Yeah.
Technically, World War II came up with theirs after, so yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil this. I'm gonna spoil this now, but it is
I
not in
think
my
you
top 10.
cut out,
Not
but
even
either
close.
that or I did.
Oof.
Oof.
That hurts me. That hurts me a little bit, but
Uh-oh. Okay, can you guys hear me?
yeah, we
Yeah,
can
we
hear
can
you.
hear
Okay, it shows my signal is kind of cutting out on me a little bit. But, whew.
You don't sound
Okay.
like you're cutting out, so you should be fine.
Yeah, I did lose you guys for a bit. You guys went dead silent for a while.
Uh-oh.
So sorry about that.
Oh no.
Okay. But yeah, so you like that one. Sorry, what was your reasonings though?
I guess I'll go first. So, I really like the Wunderwaffe, because I like the idea of a lightning gun. You fire a shot and it chains to multiple zombies. Obviously, the different interpretation of Wunderwaffes throughout the years, they work differently. So some of them have more lethality than others. Whilst maybe you have the original one from World at War Shinonuma that only has the limit of killing 10 zombies. It does have that infinite damage. That's
Wait,
one of
it's
the
only
reasons I
10?
really love. Yeah, it only kills up to 10 zombies.
Oh,
in
I'm
the
crazy.
original.
Yeah, I'm crazy.
Huh.
Yeah, when you pack a punch it becomes 12, right, Honduras?
Yeah.
I actually don't know. No, it does not change at all.
I gotcha.
I'm pretty sure that, especially on the original World at War versions of the maps, the Wunderwaffe and the ray gun don't change their damage when you pack a punch them. It's just the ammo count and the camo. I might be wrong about that with the ray gun, but I know for a fact with the Waff, it just changes the ammo. It doesn't do anything to the damage.
I mean, it's infinite damage, so
Right, yeah.
it's more than infinity.
What's
Yeah,
better
I
than
guess you're right,
infinity?
yeah.
Yeah.
But does it not affect more zombies than the original version
No.
unpacked?
No.
See,
No,
I
it's
always
still
thought
10
maybe
per,
it spreads to more, but
the way that I always know it is because whenever I play Shinonuma on like the World at War version, I go for high rounds because the limit of zombies every round, like once you get high enough, is 24, and
Yeah.
so it's 3 shots. It's not perfectly 3 shots. Like
Mhm.
you're gonna have 4 zombies to spare, because 2 shots are for 2 horns of 10 zombies each. But you
Yeah.
always use 3 shots for a whole round, like a full clip, basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
Or just
Yeah,
don't use it on World at War, because
That's true.
or just don't use it on World at War. I mean,
It's very, the
I
man's
love the
making a
OG
point.
WAF. I love the lightning gun.
Awesome. Yeah, honestly, that I personally like the design of that one. I always thought that was a cool one, but it would not be my number one wonder weapon of choice. And this was something I wanted to get in conversation with you guys on later as one of the other topics I had. But in Cold War zombies, they brought in a particular wonder weapon that does not fire like most
oh
of them.
no.
It is the Crystal Axe. I actually really enjoyed using the Crystal Axe. Would it be my number one? I'm not sure. I'm trying to debate whether it's between that one or the Thunder Gun because I adore the Thunder Gun. But that is just my personal choice. I really liked using the Crystal Axe. When I was playing that game, I honestly loved using that in the game. It was just such a cool weapon. And getting a melee wonder weapon to me was just so intriguing.
I mean, I'll give it to you. I think it's the coolest looking Wonder Weapon, especially with the map's Pack-a-Punch camo.
Very unique, yes.
But
Yeah.
okay. I'll be honest. I did have it in my top 10 originally, but then I got it replaced with with another thing, and we'll get to that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you guys would qualify it because unlike all our other weapons, it wasn't a shooting weapon.
Well, it is. It is.
It does shoot, doesn't it? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
there's an ultimate mode.
There's a storm mode, which
Right?
is like it's
Yeah.
a mini SMG.
Oh yeah. The blades
And then
fold down
as
and you
the
can shoot.
axe,
That's right.
if you like
Sorry.
press the button to ADS or something,
Yes.
you'll still do a melee attack, but it'll fire this small particle out and it'll get stuck in midair, and it's like a perpetual boomerang that just deals this sustained damage to targets that like
It's
walk
broken.
over it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's broken. For the what are they called? The Mario things on that map?
The abominations.
I completely forgot.
Yeah.
The abominations. But
yeah.
if you throw it at their feet, it could take them out in like 3 seconds. Whereas if you were doing it normally, you would have to shoot each head individually.
Yeah.
So it's kind of.
I don't think I know how to
needed.
use the Crystal Axe properly. Because
It is
I've
really-
never
it's
I've
a
never
really
killed
cool
an
weapon, honestly,
abomination easily like that with that one. Weapon.
Really? If you hold down left trigger and throw it at its feet, it takes it out in like less than 5 seconds.
Less
It's
than
completely
5
broken.
seconds.
Yeah, it's really good, honestly.
So you mean to tell me that, let's say you're on that one step, you chuck a crystal in his mouth and he starts chomping on it while he's in place. I just do one at his feet, and then before he's done with his chewing animation, he's dead?
That's correct.
Yep.
That was my strat on launch.
I did.
It's very broken in that respect.
I gotta try this out now.
It's good, man.
I gotta pull up Cold War Forsaken. I gotta give this a try. My goodness.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, honestly, but I really enjoyed using it. Like, to get a melee weapon, especially. I'm just one for melee, even when I did multiplayer back in the day of like Black Ops 3 and World War 2, even still to this day. I love running melee. It's just kind of my thing. So maybe that makes me a little more towards that than others would be, but yeah, I completely had forgotten it shoots for the longest while, but now that I'm thinking about it, the blades do fold down and then it goes into a shooting mode. I completely forgot that. But yeah,
So it's even better than you thought.
it's even better. Yes,
It's even better.
I just remembered that I loved it, and it wasn't the Thunder Gun. I was wrong on that one. Not the Thunder Gun. It would have been the Mark II ray gun. That would have been number one for me. I always love getting that gun because I think it's the coolest looking. That was more the one. My bad. my brain's all over the place, so do forgive me on that. But yeah. Anyways, I do have other questions here, but I wanted to check and see, did you guys have anything down you wanted to discuss on Wonder Weapons before I divulge into this huge list?
I got one.
Go for it, yeah.
Go Carpal.
What, in your opinion, is the most underrated Wonder Weapon?
Underrated Wonder Weapon.
It doesn't have to be good. Just what do you think gets too much flack?
I am thinking maybe and I honestly cannot remember the exact name of it. I think I even wrote it down in my list because it was something I wanted to talk on, but it is No. That's the name of the shrink ray. Okay. Anyways, no. The one I'm thinking about is the one from Call of the Dead. You shoot
Yeah.
a zombie and it turns into a human.
So the
That one.
VR11.
VR11. That's the one. Yes. Yeah. That honestly I thought was very underrated. I thought it was very unique in the fact that it would distract zombies and kind of lead them away from you a little bit. I mean, it's not incredibly powerful or anything like that. Like, it doesn't really kill anything per se. But I think it is unique in what it does and its capabilities, honestly. Um, so yeah,
I would
guess
have to
I would
agree
say
with
maybe
you,
that one a little bit.
honestly, on
'Cause-
how yeah, I would have to agree with you. But I think a detail that not many zombie players really look at with that weapon is that it's not really meant to be a solo weapon. It's meant to be more of a co-op weapon. Because if
Yeah,
you
the
shoot a
co-op
teammate,
ability.
they get a temporary moment where they have the power to insta-kill any zombie around them. It's
And
a
zombie blood.
typical, yeah,
yes.
and it gives you a little bit of a zombie blood too. So it's made for
Sick.
that co-op experience, 2-player,
Yeah.
3-player, 4-player, where you're just using the weapon to go to higher rounds. That's one of the reasons why for the longest time we couldn't get to round 100 on solo, until we found
Yeah.
unorthodox methods
Method
of
there,
getting
yeah.
to round 100. Yeah,
Yeah, actually, now that you mention it, I guess I didn't didn't really come to mind because I never played Call of the Dead with other people. It was always on my own, so I never got to try that out.
he doesn't
That's
know about the
really cool you
vodka
mentioned that.
bottle or the dials or the radios.
He doesn't know
Not
about the
quite,
vodka
no.
bottle.
He doesn't know about the vodka
No, I
bottle.
remember that step. No, we did that one, right? Where you knifed the bottle off the rail. Is that what you're talking about?
So you
or no?
have
Yeah.
done it on co-op. Okay.
Yeah, I did it with you later on when we did the remade.
Oh yeah, the
version
Black
of it.
Ops
You remember
3
that?
version of Call. Yeah.
We recorded a video, my man.
We did.
Yes.
I thought we were talking about the BO1, the official one, but I mean,
Well, that one,
fair
that's
enough,
what
fair
I was
enough, fair enough.
referring to originally. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the one
yeah,
I
yeah.
played on my own. But yeah, no, later on we did the step together, so I know about those. But yeah, no, I never knew that weapon had those capabilities. But I always thought it was an underrated gun, and that's one weapon you never see come back in like modded maps of any sorts in like Black Ops 3. They never brought it back in any other particular zombies games.
They did.
And they did? What? Which one did they bring it back in?
Does he know? Okay.
Are you
okay,
I don't
my
even
lad,
think I know.
I want you to
Chronicles
go
or
on
something, or-
Google.com right now, and I want you to look up MWZ VR11.
Oh, well, I haven't
Oh,
played
I
it yet. What?
completely
You
forgot.
know this. You know I haven't played that yet. So what are
I
you
forgot that
talking about?
happened. I completely forgot that even happened.
So they brought it back.
We forgot. Did we? Did we forgot?
Well, I didn't know. I haven't played it. And you
They
know this.
they
but
did in fact bring it back, and it's got really unique abilities. The number one ability that I
Really?
always remember from this weapon is because whenever you're doing those ether escorts in the
Yeah.
dark ether, and those things just their health was just not tanky enough. So people would do those, right? And they would bring in VR11s and they would shoot the VR11 at the mobile tank, and it would heal the tank. It would literally
What?
give it health.
That's not what you want.
It's exactly what you
Yeah.
want if you're doing an escort step and the goal is to keep the tank healthy.
Okay,
Yeah.
when you say tank, are you referring to an actual tank or are you talking the creature tanks? Because I thought you were talking creature head tanks. 'Cause
Or
Well,
Tank Dempsey.
No, you
I haven't played the game, man.
you
I
haven't
don't
played
know
the game in
what
a while. I understand that. So it has like it's kind of like a tank in the way that it moves, but it's a payload. I guess that's the only other way I can
Oh,
describe it. Is
Okay,
it's a
well, in that
payload
case, that's good.
and it stops at a position and it launches a rocket that's supposed to be Ethereum science data related.
Okay. Because
I just refer to it as the escort objective because that's all MWZ is just objectives.
It's objectives. Yeah, I have
Yeah,
seen
it's-
that. No, when
it's
you were saying tank,
objective-based
there
zombies.
is
Waste
there
of
is a creature called a
$60.
tank in zombies lore here, and it's been coming up a lot more in the custom zombie maps. It's a huge creature, very long arms, surprisingly, and that is the tank. And that is what I thought you were talking about for the longest time. It's like, yeah, you don't want to heal that thing. That
Yeah,
thing
no,
has
the
just
only
an
bizarre
insane amount of
creatures,
health.
that I'd say we currently have in what's now the Dark Ether storyline is the Orda, the Abominations, and
Mhm.
the Mimics.
Yeah, yeah, I got you.
All of those
Okay.
twisted and contorted flesh beings that are also
Flesh
somewhat
beings,
merged with
yes.
like Apothicans, which
Yeah, yep.
I always thought that those monster designs were really really cool when they were
I,
introduced in Black Ops 3. So
yeah.
I'm glad to see that they still have that art style that's paying homage to it's not like old zombies, but it's old enough zombies at this point where
Old-ish, yeah,
it hits
yeah.
hard.
It's too bad they didn't bring back them exo zombies. I know everybody's real sad about that.
I actually am very sad about that. I love exo zombies.
I do enjoy that one too. Honestly, I was so surprised to hear that a lot of the community did not like Exo Zombies, surprisingly. So, guess just some rare fews out there that still enjoy it. That and World War II, I guess. It's not as hated as Advanced Warfare, but it's not liked very much.
Yeah.
Really surprised
Yeah,
to hear that.
Sledgehammer Zombies is very not new player friendly,
I
and
guess
also it's
not.
very difficult.
That is
Um,
true, though.
yeah,
A
so I
lot
can
of
see
people didn't
why.
like the jump scares in like World War II, but I thought that was so cool. But sorry, that's a little off topic. But yeah, no, honestly, these are great notes though. Like I'm very it's very interesting to hear they brought that weapon back. And I'm actually really thrilled to see what that's like. But as you guys know, I haven't gotten Modern Warfare yet. I haven't gotten that one just yet. So one of these days, I'll try it. It's not been on my highest list to get that particular game, just because,
No,
as you were saying, like it's got a lot of just missions that you take, and that to me isn't the zombie experience that I usually look for. But it is a unique thing, and I guess I'd like to check that out just to see what it's
yeah,
like.
no,
But
no. I've kind of just accepted that I paid $60 for a revamped VR11. And that's it.
yeah, dude, the games are kind of pricey. I'm not gonna lie. This next one's $70 for Black Ops
Seventy
6.
dollars.
Yep, big hefty 70. But I'm hoping it'll be worth it. So we'll see. But okay,
I'm just glad that we're
Wistful.
getting round based. Yeah,
I
yeah.
know, me too. I was just gonna ask, what did you have for questions for the podcast before I get into my mega list that I got for
Yeah,
you?
really just the points and criteria that like we're talking about the wonder weapons. And I wanted to get
Yeah,
your guys' thoughts on like how you gauge them, how you view them. What about them like points of interest essentially. Like
yeah.
visually, how do they look? How do they behave in gameplay? Lethality, utility, stuff like that.
Mhm.
I like bright colors.
Likes bright
Yeah,
I'm
colors.
gonna
yeah,
stop.
yeah.
Yeah, no, my
No,
top 10 is entirely the most flashy wonder weapons. I'm not even gonna try and hide it.
that's true. Yeah. I can definitely agree with that one for sure. I think for me, for one, I like a weapon that has good visual effects. Like
Yeah.
when it's being fired, the effects it has on a zombie. Like some of the coolest wonder weapons I think of, like for instance, like the Wonder Waff you were talking, Wistful. Like when you shoot a zombie, you see them being electrified. They're like juddering around with electricity going through them. It has a unique effect that applies to the zombies. Or when you think of like Ray Gun Mark III. When you shoot the zombies, they puff up and then they explode.
And then their
um,
body starts
yeah,
to disintegrate.
yeah,
And
yeah,
you can see like parts of them just being fizzled away. Or you get
yeah.
you shoot an entire horde of zombies with the wave gun, and then their eyes just start glowing red, and they just start trottling around, and then they float up, and they get much thicker, and then pop, and you can hear the microwave
Mhm.
ding.
Yep. No, exactly. I like to see something cool with it. And yes, I'm also kind of with Carpal on this too, where like visually stunning for the weapon as well. For me, I'm kind of a sucker for when they do almost like steampunk in style or retro in style, like 50s, like the ray
Okay.
gun, the classic ray gun look. I always thought was such a unique look for the ray gun because it looks like this 50s style toy ray gun, and it's a cool look.
Okay.
um But yeah, just
Are
kind of
you are
that.
you referencing the weapons of rock on Spaceland?
I
No,
think
no,
he just meant the
not that
normal.
ray gun. No,
Yeah.
the original one from like
Oh, just the original.
Black Ops. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like how it kind of looks like a toy ray gun. But yeah, you're also right too. The ones from Spaceland are also ray gun in design, like a toy ray gun. It's like, but I think I like more the 50 style, like getting back to like more retro old style in design. And I personally like that kind of
Ooh.
thing. Um,
Okay.
yeah,
So
so that's my take
so
on it.
so that must mean you like the Mad from Attack.
Um, the Mad. Well, that one was kind of basic. That one didn't have anything really
What?
unique. It didn't look that unique on the outside, honestly. It looked
Okay. I'll give that to you.
plain. That's more
Yeah.
what I would go with it. You could add parts to it and give it a little more detail, but I don't know. I think kind of like going back to the Wonder Waff, how it's got
It's
a
a
lot
wonder
of details
weapon
on
that
the
takes place
outside.
in the
It looks
50s, so
Yeah, it looks nice. It looks kind of cool, and it's got a unique design. Um, but that being said, I also, as I said, and I think it would be my number one favorite Wonder Weapon, the Mark II ray gun. I do like that design as well. I like futuristic and sci-fi also. So I don't know, maybe getting a mix of the two, it might be a cool combination, but those are things that I generally like in seeing in a ray gun for its physical appeal. Um, but yeah, what about you, Wistful? What would you say yours would be?
um I'm sorry, my what?
Um.
What do you look for in like a
Oh, what
ray
do I
gun?
oh
What
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
what do
like
I look for? Um
yeah.
so uh I do like the visual characteristics of Wonder Weapons
Mhm.
and their effects on the zombies that I killed obviously to get that part of the fun in the experience. The
Yeah.
two things that I really value in Wonder Weapons um is lethality and utility. So
Yeah.
when you
Yeah,
think
that's
of lethality,
uh-huh.
weapons like the Wonder Waff have infinite damage. The Thunder Gun has infinite damage. Thunder Gun against Margwas in Black Ops 3 content, uh, it
Mhm.
it it pretty much has the ability to two shot them. Um, it's
Yeah.
yeah, because one shot of that just completely blows off the upper jaw of the Margwa head itself. You've got the baby gun, which you hoard up a whole bunch of zombies. Maybe you get a small
Uh-huh.
explosive on the ground. You time the shot right. All the baby zombies are succumb to any damage. They're all one shot essentially.
Yeah.
Kothkin Servant. It has the ability to damage a Margwa's head if you hit the Margwa directly, but it absorbs all those zombies into a black hole. Weapons
Mhm.
that have that kind of lethality, they really speak to me. And as of recently, I've also been trying to view Wonder Weapons with utility too. So, like, one of my favorites, and I think this is actually is this in my top five? It is. It is in my top five. The Paralyzer from Buried. I
Let's
always
Oh
go.
yeah.
loved the
Number
movement
three.
Yeah.
Number three.
aspects with
That
that
is a unique
weapon, and
one.
for the time when I was actually into zombies, seeing the Paralyzer, I was in awe of how the weapon looked, and I thought that this was
That
a
was a cool
first
one.
for zombies. And I learned that the Wunderwaff exists after I learned the Paralyzer exists. I'm like, dude, why the hell? Why, dude, why? But I just love the
Actually,
design of the Paralyzer. I know it used to be
yeah.
broken. I know that they nerfed it, but the utility
Yes.
that that weapon had, especially for the map it was on, it was fantastic. I
Yeah.
know, I
Yeah.
know. Paralyzer make you go fly is
Yes.
nowhere near as good
Actually,
as
I
the
wanted to get
Scorcher is
into
in
that a
Modern
little.
Warfare Zombies. That makes you
Yeah.
fly way freaking higher.
But
I'm
wait.
also looking at that, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Paralyzer make you go fly on Buried and not more Modern Warfare Zombies.
right, exactly.
So they
It
did
is
bring it
more
back in Modern Warfare as well. Oh my
subjective
gosh.
to that, yeah. So I'm just trying to
That's
look at
sick.
weapons also with their utility. So and it's not just the
Yes.
Paralyzer too. You also have the KT4 on Zetsubo. You fire it at a spore and you run into the mist cloud. Not only does it cleanse the spore so it's not toxic to you, but it gives you a speed boost and a temporary infinite stamina. So you can just
Yeah.
run.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's super cool. Speedrunners utilize that all the time.
So then why is the Wonder Waff your number one if it has no like alternate abilities?
Why is the Wunderwaffe my number one?
Yeah.
Because I think I do value that lethality a little bit more
Well,
than utility.
that kind of brings into another area too. I guess to ask somebody like what their favorite wonder weapon is, it depends from what aspect you're going at it from. I guess
Right.
like for me, I'm more considering what I found to be like the coolest looking, instead
Coolest
of like
looking. I
what
see.
works the
Yes.
best. That's kind of what I was going off from. I feel like if you go off of the category of which one works the best, that would then lead to a different wonder weapon maybe being your favorite. If so, I would then say like the melee. Well, actually, no, that one actually gets kind of bad after a while. I was going to say the melee
Yeah,
weapon from Forsaken, so that's not that
I try
powerful,
to
honestly.
keep in mind a
Um,
whole bunch of stuff whenever I'm ranking
Thunder
my
gun. I'd say
favorites.
thunder gun.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
like the design. I like the Tesla look of the Waff. I love the
Yeah.
electricity with it.
Yeah.
I love the propaganda assets that Rarick Activision made for Modern Warfare Zombies that promoted the wonder weapons that were in that game, because the Wonder Waff is in Modern Warfare Zombies, just to name that little detail.
I would
So
have never known that.
there's flair
Nice.
to the Waff. There's lethality to the Waff. It may not have utility, but I value flair in a wonder weapon and its lethality at the top, and
Yeah.
utilities like just underneath.
So actually, a few side points that I was going to tie into that. You had mentioned, for one, the paralyzer, which this is not a question I had written on my list, but I kind of wish I did. But
Ask away, ask away.
you were kind of saying how you can fly with the paralyzer, how basically a wonder weapon has this extra feature that it's not technically supposed to be known for. Um, what do you guys think about that in a wonder weapon? Like having this extra ability of some sort, either being able to fly or maybe having more knockback to aliens, or having like you allow you to be able to run faster or something like that. What do you think of like having that in a future wonder weapon? As you know, like Black Ops 6 is coming out. Um if like say their wonder weapon has an extra ability to it that benefits the player in some way. What are your thoughts on that being in the game? Do you think that's not an okay thing? Do you like the idea of it being a little bit broken and being able to do extra things it might not supposed to be able to do, just curious on your thoughts on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the contrary, I think that that's a really important thing to have in zombies. It gives map identity. It gives a
Yeah,
weapon its uniqueness.
yeah,
A
I feel
lot of
that too.
people in the zombies community right now have been constantly complaining about all these more recent maps that we've had. We're like, constantly facility map, constantly this, and people want uniqueness. They want something about a map that stands out, and one of the large factors of a map that like goes into that is the wonder weapon, and having unique abilities to it. Some maybe only the players will find out soon enough, or maybe it's advertised. Yeah, I think unique abilities are one of the most important things
Yeah,
as far as wonder weapons go. Yeah, that's why I love utility so much.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, how about you, Carpo? What do you think on it?
Yeah, for sure. I don't mind if a new Wonder Weapon is broken as long as it's not boring and as long as it has those like secondary abilities.
Okay.
Um, it's the same reason why I kind of disagree with your guys' off takes and like your Thunder Gun takes, is because I find Wonder Weapons like I can acknowledge that they're good, but if you just point a gun in a direction and then it takes out everything in front of you, it's to me it's just mindless and boring.
Interesting. Yeah, that was going to be one of my other topics for you guys, like the power of a wonder weapon. Whether is it okay for a wonder weapon to be overpowered or not to be overpowered? Like when you think of something, do you want it to instantly kill your zombies, or do you want it just to do more damage than all the other weapons in the box? Like that kind of thing. That's kind of one of the questions I actually did have for you guys. So you kind of tapped into it there. But I mean, I'd love to hear your take on that, Wistful, if you got one.
I think that wonder weapons need lethality. I think that they
Hmm.
need that ability to one shot make it feel
Really?
like it's broken. I
I don't
can't
know about that.
remember, but there are so many times in history through zombies where wonder weapons will get nerfs, and
Hmm.
not everybody, but a lot of people in the community complain. It's like it's a PvE mode. Who is this negatively affecting other than the players that enjoy the weapons gameplay loop? I remember when Firebase Z came out and the Raid K was introduced. Everybody loved it. Everybody was doing that camping strategy in the one room, and they were using the vortex shot, and they kept that mode on. They were able to swap on and off, and it made
Yeah.
the weapons so powerful. And it wasn't even like it wasn't I want to say like a direct nerf to its damage capabilities or anything like that. It was like it was a nerf to how you could operate the weapon. Like it
Yeah.
was, they removed a conveniency that made it better to play and better to use to kill zombies with. It's stuff like that where I guess much more of a literal like its damage affected is when they nerf the Slickifire.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not fun.
I was just about to bring that
People
up.
literally have found ways to get around that patch for the most part, and it's still pretty freaking lethal as a wonder weapon. I think this is especially known in Black Ops 3. Obviously, you've got your weapons in Black Ops 3: Pothkin Servant, Thunder Gun, potentially
I
Wonder
was
Waff.
actually just gonna talk on that one too.
There's weapons in Black Ops 3 that people hold in a high pedestal because of their lethality, and some of them for
Yeah.
their utility. I'm not gonna deny that, absolutely. But like let's just look at this for example. The ray gun in Black Ops 3.
Hmm.
Nobody
Garbage.
wants it. No one wants it.
Not
And you know
anymore.
why?
Oh, man.
Because it literally it has splash damage that can harm you.
Yep, it hurts
PhD
you. Yeah.
is not a perk that exists in that game, and you have to go out of
Nope.
your way to get it as a gobble gum if you want that protection. The damage wanes in
Not so
comparison
good.
to double pack-a-punching wonder weapons and to just other wonder weapons in general. It's
Or
like,
just
why
any
would you go
weapon.
for it? Yeah, literally any
Yeah.
weapon other than that.
Yep.
It's just wonder weapons need a reason for people to want them, other than the fact that
Yeah.
ooh, it's the wonder weapon. Ooh, it looks cool.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh,
You
it
make a
sounds
very
cool.
good point on that
It
because yeah, exactly.
needs
The old
to
ray gun,
hit
nobody really wants
like
it
a
anymore.
truck.
It does. And actually, you brought up the Apothecon Servant, which was another topic I was going to mention here. The
Mhm.
Apothecon Servant was actually one weapon that originally was very good, and it still is good, but they ended up taking it down a notch so you couldn't pack a punch it anymore. That was the thing they removed from it because the gun was, I guess, too powerful.
Well, that's not entirely true.
not
It was
entirely true.
originally it was originally a glitch in Shadows that you were able to pack a punch it. They never actually
was never
intended to
intended.
release that with the map. Yeah.
Okay, that I didn't know. I
You can
thought
pack
it
a
was
punch
like
it on
it was too
Revelations, though.
powerful and they didn't like that,
Yeah.
so they removed it. And I was gonna say like I thought personally, and this is I have to kind of agree with Wistful on this one. I personally like when a wonder weapon does a lot of damage, and also if it's visually stunning. But yeah, because to me, a wonder weapon is something epic, and it should do something epic. I think back to like Fallout 4, how you could get like the nuke gun. I'm pretty sure that's not its name, but
I
it
did
shoots
not see that in the
multiple
show.
nukes, and it's yeah, it's not. I haven't seen the show yet. Actually, I
I
really
have
want to
not
see that.
seen the show nor the games, so I'm in the dark as well.
Oh, okay. Anyways, there's this one weapon. It has like these miniature like nuclear bombs that you could shoot and just devastate your environment with whatever you shoot it at. It's like an ultimate weapon, and you were excited to try and work your way to getting that, or any of the like better weapons they had in the game, you know? Um, but yeah, I feel like a wonder weapon should do something crazy insane, something something really cool. It to me, although I've liked and like the original ray gun is an example of this. It was once a really good weapon. It was stronger than all the weapons in the box, and at that time, people were excited for it because it was the best out of everything. But now we have even better weapons. It's not even anyone's first choice to really want to get the original ray gun. There's
Right,
always
the
something
power creep is
better
just
in the
Yeah.
box
ludicrously
you want.
insane on every
know?
other facet of the sandbox. Yeah.
So yeah, so to get a weapon that does a lot of damage but doesn't devastate anything, I think players kind of sway away from it a little bit. And I guess I would be one of those people that does. I personally like something that can completely wipe a field if you're an emergency, because I guess I'm focused on more things um than just dealing multiple damage to the zombies in front of me at that
Yeah.
moment. It's like I want to clear the way so I can get to my objective for this Easter
Okay.
egg or
Okay.
something like that.
See,
That's
not lad,
that's how I think about it. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
not lad. I see where you guys are coming
Yeah.
from, and I also think that killing is important for a wonder weapon. But
Mhm.
if that's all it does, if all it does is just clear a path in front of you, that is so boring to me. Like some of my favorite
I can
wonder
see that
weapons
too. Yeah.
will not kill past like round 25, but they have some like incredible secondary abilities that make them amazing. So I don't think
Yeah.
lethality is needed for every weapon, as long as the utility is enough to justify it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's why we're having this podcast. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on it. And that's an interesting take as well, honestly. Because
I am now a little bit intrigued. I'm a little bit more intrigued to hear his
I
Oh,
thoughts
think
and
okay.
Purple likes the challenge,
Yeah, I got a
justifications.
couple. I got a couple silly ones. Yeah.
Go for it.
Are we starting this now?
If you want to, yeah, if you guys want to do that. My list is long, so I'll get to that eventually, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's. I say we go one number at a time. 10, 10, 10, 9, 9, 9, and till we get to one. Talk about
Okay.
it.
All right.
Um,
Who wants to start?
I guess I'll start. So
Okay.
at my number 10, I could not decide which of these two I liked better, but they're so similar that I kind of just put them both there.
Oh,
I have
real
the
quick. Is it 10 best or number 1 is best?
number 1 is your favorite. 10
Number
is
1.
your
Okay.
10th favorite.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
All right. So my number 10 favorite wonder weapons are the Whirlwind and the Acid Rain from Rave. And
Oh.
I could not decide which one I liked better because they both have aspects that I think are better.
Mhm. Okay. What about you, Wistful?
Just
I'll be honest. I made a 5. I made a list of 5. I am currently working
oh,
on
I
the
got
back end of the 5. I've got
do we
4 more
want to
to
talk?
go.
I'm
Do
not
we
gonna
want to
lie
talk
to
a little
you.
more about the
I don't
crossbows then?
even have a list of that. So I was gonna just try to think it through as you guys answer first, and then I would let you know.
Okay, I guess I'll just ask, what do you think's better, Whirlwind or Acid Rain?
Ooh, Whirlwind.
Um,
That
Wind
was
or
always my
Acid
choice.
Rain. Okay, so uh I would say because I'm a lot more of a Easter egg focused person than I am high rounds. Acid Rain
Doing Acid
definitely
Rain. Yeah,
being
I
the
knew it.
better
I knew
one.
it.
Just because of I'm trying to think
The
of the uses
headshots?
for the headshots for the head step, head ritual,
Yeah.
or the
Yeah.
boss fight where you're trying to get souls collected. But if you're talking about a wonder weapon for high rounding, to get the most amount of kills possible, um, I don't know.
Whirlwind, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe the whirlwind is better. They're both so good. I haven't gone to high rounds like that on Rave ever. So
Yeah, once
Yeah, I
you
don't
go
think I
for
ever
I
will.
acceptance.
I think I might put whirlwind just a little bit above it because I think it has the
Mhm.
potential to kill more zombies, or I guess to kill more full
Yeah.
hordes.
Yeah, the thing I always found with it is that the Acid Rain one, it doesn't last for as long as I would have liked that one too. So when you shoot a shot, it lasts for a small amount of time and it seems like it ends so fast. And with limited ammo, I guess I didn't like that so much. The Whirlwind one, you could shoot it in one direction and take out anything that was in that path. And I guess to me, I always thought
Yeah,
that one did the most damage. So it was always the one I went for. But you added an interesting take on that where it's like
yeah,
you do speed running and stuff like that. So the needs of the wonder weapon then change,
Right.
what it is you require of it
Yeah.
changes, and that's very unique as well. And yeah, honestly, both of those are really good, but yeah, for me it was always the whirlwind. I love that one, how it can clear everything. So it's great. But yeah, Well, what is on the next part of your list? We got to work down yours, Carpal, and then once we get to 5, then Wistful can chime in on his, and I'll try to contribute anything I can on that.
I'm
front.
on the 10th item right now. I might have to do a little bit of reorganizing, but
Did you
Okay.
add some? Yeah.
yeah. I'm like
Okay.
working
There you
on the
go.
other half of the list in real time, and I'm on the last item right now.
Okay. Once again, it was 10 for least favorite, 1 for
Right,
best.
yeah.
Well,
Right,
not
yeah.
like your 10th favorite.
10th favorite.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, technically that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got you.
And
Okay. Yeah.
the reason I can't decide which one I like better is it kind of goes back to what we were saying earlier, where the whirlwind, it's um, like shooting
Yeah.
forward and killing. No matter how cool the visual effect is, no matter how cool like using a crossbow for that is, it is still just a point and shoot and win. It's still a little boring
Yeah.
to me, which is why I think the acid rain is maybe honestly a little better,
You
just because
like
I
the
think it looks
challenge.
cooler.
That is what I'm seeing about you. You enjoy the challenge of it, and I
Not
honestly
even not necessarily.
no.
No, because I'll just go into number 9 right now. The wave gun is my number 9, and the wave gun is also pretty mindless,
Ah, the wave gun.
but it's also really cool, which
It
I
is
think,
really cool. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, no, I think the zap gun variant I definitely like less, just because it is less lethal, but I also
Mhm.
like that it gives you the option for that. Whereas I
Yeah.
feel like some other especially BO1 wonder weapons, like all it is point and shoot, and the wave gun is that somewhat, but it also has like the added ability of creating drops, and it has the funny microwave effect.
Very true. Very true. Yeah, I completely forgot about that one too. I used it
How
many a
about the
time.
wave gun?
Yeah, the wave gun. I'd even consider that one in my list as I was writing all the questions I have for you guys. That is true though. Um Honestly, I want to say for like a number 10, I might go for what was that one? Are we going for more lethality or for like just
It's up to
favorite
you.
all around?
That's the thing,
guess
not lad. It is
It's hard
that
to
is your own justification.
Yeah,
Like if you
okay.
want to rank lethality higher than utility or lower, like it's up to you.
Yeah.
Completely up to you.
Okay, so if I was to do a number 10, I think man, why'd it have to be 10?
That's
Such
what
a
I'm
wide
saying.
range.
I'm not even
Man.
prepared.
There's too many wonder
That was
weapons. We had to do a big
cool.
number.
There's a lot I gotta consider here. But I would have to put number 10, and although this kind of counteracts my argument from earlier, although I really do like the Crystal Axe, I think I might put it in 10th place. And
Ooh.
although people might not agree with that one, it's because there are many other wonder weapons that I'm putting before it. And the only thing, if we're going off from like a lethality kind of area, that would move around some of my choices. But if it's just like general favorites, oh, yeah, I think it would be that one would be a number 10. But yeah, okay,
Okay.
we can keep going though.
I just finished my list.
Did you really?
Yeah, I
Okay.
just now finished it. Do you guys want me to go through like the whole thing from bottom to top, 10 to 1?
No, I think we just go 10. Start
One
with
at a
that.
time, start with 10.
Okay. Since
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
have a list, you guys, you
Um,
name them off, you knock it out
So
of the park.
I'll be
I'll
honest.
listen.
I was thinking about all the wonder weapons, and there was like most of the wonder weapons on my list all have either extreme lethality or extreme utility, or very niche utility. The only item that made it on my list that's at the very 10th spot, it's a mix between lethality and utility, but it's like in a form that is like really still pleasing to me, and that's the magma gap. I really enjoy the magma gap from Blood of the Dead, or
That is a very
if you
good
want to use
one.
the upgraded version, the Magmus Operandi. I love the mini monkey bomb effect that it has. I love how lethal it is for zombies in the higher rounds, and how it just claps the wardens. Shoot it at the ground. If the warden steps on it, he's dead. Shoot him directly, you're not gonna get the kill. You can't do that. You have to know how to
Yeah.
use the weapon properly. It's so powerful, and it does have that monkey bomb effect. it is like admittingly, whenever I do the Easter egg on the map, I'll always go for the sweeper because it's less work. The sweeper gets the job done on the warden still, but it's just that monkey bomb effect that adds on to the
It is
weapon.
honestly
I
really
love it.
cool.
I love it for that utility.
That was a great mention. Yeah, that is another
Yeah.
fantastic weapon. That
Mm,
one would probably get a third place for me because I'm saving two others for the higher spot, but that would
Third,
probably go number
wait,
three
as
for
in
me.
like your third favorite or third best?
Third favorite, yeah.
God
Third best for
damn!
me. Yeah, it's getting
Wow.
there.
Wow.
There's other two at top, so it's getting there actually, yeah. Cause I that whole monkey bomb effect and everything is what kind of brings it up higher for me. Cause I like
For
when a
sure.
wonder weapon can do something like that, like either distract a zombie or do something physically unique to them as well. Those kind of bring up
I'll
the
be
wonder
honest,
weapon higher for me.
yeah, when I got to the 10th spot, I was thinking about weapons in BO4, and I really thought between the utility of like the monkey bomb effect from the magma gat versus the tethering effect on the
Mhm.
Death of Orion or the Circuit's Kiss.
Yeah.
I
And no,
definitely put magma in BO.
especially on Blood, where a large like majority of the Easter egg is just you standing still, pressing buttons. I think it's very useful in that
Yeah.
sense, where you could just
Mhm.
like shoot it, do your thing, shoot it, do your thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is I
Honestly.
don't really get the sweeper being better than it though, as you mentioned.
For the Easter, well, whenever you speed run, you always use.
Okay,
It
that makes sense.
it's
Okay.
just a one shot for the wardens, and that's really all you care about it for. And if you have other tools to work on the zombie, yeah, if you're just
Yeah.
going for high rounds, or if you're doing the Easter egg casually, you're not trying like that. Magma Gat's still definitely a better pick. It has more
Yeah, no.
utility. It has more flair as well. More uniqueness. For that kind of game.
I gotcha. Hey,
I think the acid jet looks better, but yeah.
Ah,
you just had to get that in there,
you
yeah.
just had to get
Yeah,
that in
yeah.
there, didn't you? God damn it.
No, very good.
You know, I think the Magmagat is probably my least favorite looking variant of the Blundergat.
Damn, that hurts. All right.
Okay,
It is so
okay.
interesting the varied
Damn.
opinion on all these. That's very interesting.
it fits the theme of the map, but that whole map is just like grays and reds, and I like wonder weapons that stick out a little more, and that green kind of contrasts everything. I don't know. I think it's way better.
All right.
No, this is good. This is good input. I like it. Yeah, we gotta have some differing opinions here. But we are still on like number 9 for like 9th Wonder
I
Weapon,
think we
right?
just got to that,
Oh,
right?
I already gave my number 9 because you guys were still finalizing your list. So
So I guess the two
Yeah, I
of
know
us
you
are
guys
nine.
did.
Nala,
I
do you
haven't.
wanna go with your 9? I just gave
Yeah,
my 10.
so number 9 for me. Thinking. I wanna see originally I had one in mind and now I'm kind of moving it around a little bit because like I feel like I didn't place it in the right category justly. But I would have to say and can we do same wonder weapons from same maps like if there's different variants of it?
for sure, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, Acid Rain, the Acid Rain crossbow would be next
Acid.
in 9th. Yep.
I
The
mean, what more is there to
crossbow
say?
from
It's like
Yeah.
it's the acid rain. It's what
It's-
everyone
that
wants
one
to
would go
rave.
there.
It's the best crossbow, objectively.
Objectively, yeah.
To me, that one's not number 1, so that's why it's sitting in that area
Okay.
right now. But yeah. Okay, how about number 8? What's number 8?
Oh yeah. My number 8 is this is a fun one. It is the Trident from Descent, Exo Zombies.
Ooh, that one's on my list, but it's going up a little higher, honestly.
I do not think it is a good weapon, like
Yeah,
at all.
I
think it is a really fun weapon.
It
I
is.
think the noise it makes is really funny, and I think there's like a 5% chance.
Mhm.
I don't know if like that's an actual statistic that the wonder weapon actually does bounce and chain into more zombies. But when it does, it's the most satisfying feeling in that entire game. It is one of the reasons why Descent is my favorite Exo Zombies map.
I mean, that one honestly made that map for me. That's why I think
Yeah.
I'm putting it a little higher just because like I've played both me and Whis we played Skur Ritual recently and they have a blunderbuss
Yeah.
gun and yeah, that's right, you played it too. But that one doesn't auto target things like in Advanced Warfare does. And that's why I think the one in Advanced Warfare is just a little cooler in that respect. Granted, in Skur Ritual, their design was a little cooler on that one, I think. But actually, no. Then again, I'd say Advanced Warfare had a cool one. I like how it has the arms on the side of it. The reload animation is cool, and just I don't know. For me, that one I was actually putting a little higher on my list, because
Yeah.
I honestly really like that weapon. It isn't very effective, like you were saying. Like you could upgrade it as many times as you can, but it still never seems to do enough damage, if I was to say. But yeah, I honestly don't know, but I think I would put it just a little higher on my list, I think. But
Okay.
no, that's a very good one. Yeah,
I
good
also
weapon.
I also like that every time it collides with something, it accelerates ever so slightly. So if you're in the first Oz boss
That's true.
and you
Yeah.
shoot into his like little DJ booth and it bounces off all the walls,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get that thing going like Mach 10, hitting him like 10 times a second. It's great.
That's sick. Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
All right, Wish, what's your number 8?
What's yours?
So we did skip 9 for me.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm sorry. I forgot you
Um,
oh,
didn't.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
So
you did 10. That's right.
yeah, we can do
Go
my
for it.
9 and then Not Lad's 8 and then we'll do my 8.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
We'll do that. All right. So yeah, so like I said, everything that I ranked except for my 10th spot. 10th spot is like what was like an honorable mention. It still had lethality, it still had utility. Everything from now on until we get to, I believe, number 6. Yeah, until we get to number 6 is utility focused. Number 1. So at number 9, I actually have the DIE Electrobolt variant. And it is literally just because of the fact that
Yes,
if you fire
this
this thing and you run, you are the Flash. Literally, that is the reason it's here.
Yes. Yeah.
I
Oh,
love
that's
that
sick.
so much. Yeah, there's no other weapon in Zombies history that makes you feel like the literal Flash. You just fire and you go zoom. It's so
Nice.
much fun. It is so much
Well,
fun.
I don't know about that. There's another in World War II that I think is a little better than a speed boost. It can teleport you across the map at your
Well,
whim.
teleport
Oh,
is
yeah,
one
I know what you're
thing.
talking about.
Move fast is another. So
But then you don't have to move at all. You could just throw it and get there instantly. Isn't that better?
He's got you there, though.
Is it because it's cooler to move fast, or because it's like
I think
you
it is
find it more
cooler to
practical?
move
Makes it
fast.
move
Yeah,
fast,
it
yeah.
is. And
Okay.
a lot of the purposes that we end up using, especially the Dielectrobolt 4, right? Because in your situation, in order for yours to work, you need to have line of sight of the area, not necessarily a straight path to get there, but you have to
That's true,
throw the
yeah.
device. This, you know, you still have the middleman. You still gotta run to get there, but you're still very freaking fast. So I would say that the fact that you need line of sight to teleport, that's a downgrade. That is definitely a downgrade.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll get to
I
that later
could
in my
see-
list. Spoilers.
I could honestly see both of them. I think if I'm gonna be able to run fast with a wonder weapon, I want to see some like electricity effects coming off of me, so it looks like I'm running like the Flash. That I think
So
would
you
make it
are the Flash.
really
This
cool,
yeah.
honestly. But
this
still,
kind of
no.
this is kind of hurting because now I'm realizing part of the reason why that one field upgrade Tesla Storm in Cold War and
It does look like that.
yeah. Because that's literally kind of what it does. It's just not a wonder weapon. If it feels like it should be a wonder weapon, though, honestly.
Yeah. No, I honestly could see both of them, but okay.
Yeah,
You said you Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Carpal.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I find it crazy that they even added that in later updates because already that was easily the best die variant. Like it wasn't even close damage wise. And then they go and add one of the most useful pieces of utility in the entirety of Cold War Zombies.
Yeah,
Like what even reason is there to use the other variants anymore?
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Closing in. Ah, man. My list is continuously changing because of the other ones that I keep remembering. But I would like to say, and this wasn't going to be my number 8, but I am going to say uh, I'm going to have to say the Paralyzer.
Oh
I
dang!
actually wanted to have that one
No,
higher,
at
but I
number
just
8, yeah.
recalled I've just recalled another amazing weapon that we haven't even mentioned yet, and that one pushes that back a little bit. So, um, there was another one I was gonna put. Oh no! Sorry, no 8. No, forget that. That one would be 7. No, number 8 would be the Winter's Howl for me. I think that that weapon was actually really cool, back in 5. Um, but it's not talked about anymore. Nobody really has said much about that, but the idea of a freezing weapon to me is so cool, and I really like that. So technically I could do, like, the ice staff instead, but I didn't like the ice staff as much. Personally like the wind staff as, like, number 1
Let's
staff,
go.
but
Honestly, I should have put Windstaff in my top 10. I completely forgot to.
I
I
know
did
as you
consider
guys
the
are
staffs
mentioning,
though.
certain ones are coming
Dang.
back to me, but yeah, but I still am thinking I'm gonna do like a Winter's Howl on 8. 8 will be Winter's Howl.
Damn.
Yep.
Uh, why is why?
Because
Why?
there are bigger one. Do you mean why it's even on my list, or?
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
No,
personally
it's
just
okay. Don't
liked
let.
it. I actually just liked it. I know not many people would agree with that one, but I enjoyed it greatly when I used it. Just as I said, like the freezing weapon, I know you can get yourself trapped with it, and I know that was a bit of an issue, but I loved it. I thought it was so cool.
See,
So
I,
it's more
I,
just personal choice.
yeah, I didn't get to mention this earlier because we kind of moved on, but I think the Winter's Howl is like by far the most underrated wonder weapon because
I thought so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be seeing
It's
rankings
gotta be.
of I'll be seeing rankings of like these different wonder weapons, and they'll put it in the same tier as stuff like the VR11, and I find that crazy because
That
like
is actually kind of crazy.
it doesn't kill for that long,
Yeah.
but if you get into a situation where you're about to be cornered and you shoot that thing, it slows the zombies so much that you can easily escape, and you like don't
Yeah,
even need to react quickly.
unless you
Like,
trap yourself, but which has
Yeah.
happened in
Unless
the
you trap
past. But
yourself.
yeah,
yeah, that's the only downside with that particular weapon. Because it just freezes and doesn't. Did it shatter them afterwards? It's been a long time since.
if you shoot enough times,
Ooh.
it
Yeah, you'd
does.
have to shoot multiple times. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but no, I like the whole effects of it. If you and I like the concept of it too, and this is a little bit why it's getting kind of the ranking it is. If they brought the Winter's Howl back for certain maps, it would be so useful for Easter egg steps. Those times where you just need a zombie in a particular spot to kill it in a particular spot, you could freeze that zombie right there and then melee it or whatever you needed to. And I think that's got a lot of potential. A lot of
Winter's
which
Wail.
Winter's Whale.
Winter's Wail.
Well,
I
that's
don't
not
think
the
it's
same
well.
thing.
Well,
That's more like a widow's wine. You know, my
I,
biggest problem with the map 5 is I like the Winter's Howl, but that map doesn't have an Easter egg. So on
yeah,
the map, it's just kind of lame. Like I feel
yeah,
like
Yeah.
high round situations
it
are
had
when you want
potential.
the more
Yeah,
lethal weapons, whereas Easter eggs, the utility is obviously more useful, like the Mamagat one.
yeah, yeah,
But
exactly.
then
Yeah,
then they release Classified, and it still doesn't. Well, okay, round 150, but it still doesn't have like a fully fledged out Easter egg.
yeah.
They missed the mark. It's sad.
Yeah, I agree. If it's implemented correctly, if the Wonder Weapon is implemented in the right kind of map correctly, then I feel like it would be this the coolest thing. And if they gave it better abilities too, like maybe like a secondary fire of some sort. That would also be really sick. I just think the weapon has a lot of potential, and it was cool looking. It was unique for the time. It was the first ice weapon we had ever gotten. Um, yeah, Black Ops. So yeah, that was before Origins. But yeah,
Can't be too close to the Forge Freeze though. Definitely can't get too close.
What?
I feel like that was Infinity Ward's like other
Forge
approach
Freeze
to the
is
Winter's Howl.
garbage.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
that didn't last very long, but it does work well. I will say that it just doesn't have as much
Really?
ammo, I'd say.
The
I
number
mean,
w-
one
the times I
use I
tried, I
think
thought it did.
people actually use the Forge Freeze for is literally for points. If you're not
Yeah.
playing on Director's Cut, like that's the reason people use it. That there's so many videos of people making guides back in the day. It's like, here's how to get everything going by this round, and it's just you do this setup strat because back then the point system was drastically different than how it is today. I wish we can
You
go
know
back to the
what?
way that the point system.
Wait,
I'm
does
thinking
the
about
Forge
it.
Freeze give you more points?
Yes.
Okay, because I was about to say, like, on Spaceland, a map with much better alternatives other than the face melter. Like, why would you ever even consider picking up the Forge Freeze? But I guess that makes sense.
Actually, you know what?
Huh?
Now that I'm recalling it, that
Huh?
weapon wasn't good,
Wait,
was
why
it?
did you say face melt?
Wait, what did I mean to say?
I don't know what you meant. Like you
Uh,
you were comparing the Forge Freeze to the face melt in a way.
Oh no, I was just saying the face melter's the worst of the four.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
implication there.
Okay.
I gotcha.
I know you don't like the shredder much, Whist, but
It's really close with how shit the shredder is to me. So I mean, they're both neck and neck. How bad they are, but yeah, anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, did everybody share their 8?
I have not.
You have not. Yeah, that's right, because
Yeah.
you were behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's not
So
forget Whist again.
Boy.
I actually just changed mine. It was going to be the
Oh,
Scorcher. It
oh,
was, but
oh.
I do not respect open world zombies enough to put it there. Sorry, but I don't. So you probably know it's gonna be a number 7.
No
If
one's
I
offended by that.
like a movement tool like that, but I don't like open world zombies enough. I'm putting the only other thing that is like it's like the Electro Bowl, but it's not quite like it. I've already mentioned it already. But it would be the KT4 Master. Um, Technically
Yeah.
speaking, it does have more utility than just being able to run faster and to mitigate spores. It also can upgrade plants, which can be
Mhm.
beneficial to you. It's literally used for the Easter egg in a unique sense. Like, it has you use the Wonder Weapon in a very unique context to do a step, do an Easter egg. And it makes you think about the gameplay loop a little bit differently. I really like that about the KT4. And honestly, shout out to my boy Alex. He loves Zetsubo, and that's one of his favorite Wonder weapons of all. Well, so he's got good taste. I like the utility of this weapon, and it's a very lethal weapon for high rounds too, especially if you're camping. Not so much for the
Okay.
thrashers, but more so for the zombies.
Sure.
I don't want to spoil your list here, but do you have this liquefy higher than it, or because I feel like this liquefier is infinitely better than the
For
KT4
sliding,
Masamune.
you're talking, or just for like movement, or what do you mean?
Just for everything.
Just in general.
Yeah. I don't know, Whist. I don't know. I don't know about that.
I don't want to say anything until I continue on with my list. I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay. I'm just saying,
Okay.
if
Okay.
liquefier's not higher, you're a little crazy. All right. Are we moving on to 7, or do
Yeah,
you
I
have
think
anything
we are
that?
moving on to
Number
7.
7.
Who wants to?
You got
I
Carpal.
think I know what's
I
gonna
think we're
happen.
Okay.
doing it in an order now, so I guess Carpal, you lead us off.
Yeah,
What do you got?
Carpal is probably best to go
Okay.
next.
So I have not played Ancient Evil much, nor have I used this weapon much. But I think the hand. I don't want to say this wrong because I know some people pronounce it certain ways, and I don't want to offend the Greeks or anything. But the hand of Charon. I don't know. I
Oh,
just think it's really cool.
I think we'll go with Charon.
I know what
Charon.
you're
Okay.
talking about. I've completely blocked that
I
out
think
of my brain too. Black Ops.
I think dragging zombies to the underworld is
It was cool,
the-
visually stunning.
yeah.
Yeah.
It
Very
does have the
cool.
monkey bomb effect too. Really,
And
really
that
nice.
is
Oh,
the only reason I have it. I have only used it a handful of times. But yeah, no, it's my favorite part of Ancient Evil, easily.
I mean, I'm
that
just
is a
saying
very
the
creative thought. I like
Magmagat does have more ammo, and it's only slightly worser
Okay,
of a
but
monkey bomb
the
effect.
Magma Gat, um,
So I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
the Magma Gat does not have the quality of being a magic hand thing.
Dang.
Hmm.
Yeah, that is it.
Shut me down like that. The
That's so
Magmagat can only be
yeah.
upgraded once, maybe twice if you pack a punch it. The hand can be upgraded 3 times.
Okay, but who actually upgrades the hand 3 times? Like who's
That's
gonna
a
do
good
that?
question. Well, it
I
can.
wonder if I ever did. I think so.
I don't
The
think I have.
Exalted Hand of Charon. 50 ammo, I think it is.
I just remember Black Ops 4 just being rough in many different aspects, but I did do some grinding on certain maps, and I was so intrigued by the gauntlets that you could get. Those ones were really unique, and going through the steps to make each one was a unique experience, honestly. I don't know if I'm gonna say those ones even make it to my list though. I don't think so, but I give you props for mentioning those though.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
I
for
Yeah.
completely
sure.
forgot about that. But okay, does that mean me next? I had mentioned
Yes,
which one goes into my seventh spot, but I completely
you
forgot what it
did.
was.
I
What?
think
Paralyzer.
then you should go
Paralyzer.
next
Yes,
then.
I think I'm sticking
Alright.
with that. Yeah, the paralyzer is gonna sit in
What
that
is
slot
your rationale?
for putting it there.
Yeah, for putting.
So basically, it's mostly being that there are a lot of other weapons that I feel are a lot cooler and a lot more powerful in my respect. I'm still not sure if I'm judging this on power or just the ones I like the most, but I'm trying to mix the two together. So, visually and just cool, which ones just make me more excited when I see them. It's kind of how I'm going about it. The paralyzer's on that part of the list because there are some others that I found to be a lot cooler and some I'm just remembering. So the paralyzer is one of the coolest ones. It's just not number one for me. The paralyzer was unique. I liked that you could fly with it, and I loved how it looked. It doesn't kill zombies right away, which is one reason why it kind of gets put a little bit lower. It's not like like a thunder gun where it completely wipes them out and you can go free about your situation. It's not like a panic weapon, is how I would say it. So if you're caught in a bad situation, you couldn't necessarily just clear the area super fast. The zombies are still moving at you, but they're getting slowed as you do so, and it takes a while to kill them. And I think it's just the time that it takes to kill them I find a little inconvenient. But that being said, it's still an effective weapon. It does have a cooldown too, and that's another downside about it, and I think also why it gets put at that part of the list. If it didn't have the cooldown, if it was unlimited, and maybe if it slowed the zombies and destroyed them a little bit faster, I think it would go a little higher for me. Because just taking into both damage, and its usability, yeah, that's probably where I would put it. It still makes it on my list, but wouldn't be the top.
I agree with a lot of those points. The only thing I disagree with is the weapon is unlimited ammo. I completely disagree with what
Yes.
you're
It
saying
is
there.
unlimited,
It
you
is
just have to
unlimited.
wait.
Yeah,
It's just that it's
and
that wait
I
period
mean,
that's inconvenient.
is there
And it
one
does
weapon in
lose it
Zombies history
fast.
that is unlimited but doesn't have a drawback like that? I don't think
I
so.
mean, wait. What
There
what
is
what sort of
something.
drawback? Sorry.
Like a
Like ammo
cooldown,
probably,
like
I'm assuming.
something that
Like,
would prevent you from firing the weapon.
yeah.
The jet gun completely obliterating itself.
I was gonna joke about the jet gun being on my list, because I did play a modded version of the jet gun. It was
Maybe.
incredible. Without it, like, actually, like, blowing up in the end, there's a mod where you can get unlimited jet gun, and it was so cool. You could just suck in zombies all over the place and just destroy them instantly. It was great.
And you
There
could
was
fly
no
too,
it
right?
wasn't exploding. Yeah, you could fly too, and even if you jumped and
So
were
it's the
using it,
paralyzer.
you could fly forward a little bit. So it was great.
You know,
Yeah, easy.
I find it funny whenever people mention like the jet gun is bad, and all the comments under like the YouTube video would just say, well, actually it has infinite ammo and infinite damage. You're just not using it right.
Yeah, no, it's pretty trash. I'm just gonna
It's
say that
trash. It
without
does
the
not
mod.
matter.
No, I'd never. It's not worth it, man. Which I really wish they would have made it last longer in Black Ops 2. That would have been such a cool weapon. Um, once again, it kind of feels like it's lacking a little bit of potential there. But I get it's more for the Easter egg step than anything.
I think it's fitting on a map like Transit. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Has Wiz done his number 7 yet?
No, but I can do it
Yeah,
right now.
go for it,
So
man.
Cool.
yeah, mine's is also the paralyzer. Um,
That's crazy.
I think it's the
He's
better.
copying me,
It's the
guys.
better
He's
ones
got
that are flying. I think it has a really cool unlimited ammo system. I love the detail that it literally is like a gear system and it counts
Mhm.
through those
Visually,
seconds
it's stunning.
of
Yeah.
how its charge is based. I love the vortex kind of like attack that it has. I love how it slows the zombies. I like the weapon. Honestly, I don't like how it's not 100% a lethal weapon. It's more of a utility weapon. I use it to get around the map a lot. I would say my number one gripe about the weapon is how slow it is to whip out. Like, if you're using the paralyzer on Buried and you have any logical sense, your ass is pressing Y to switch to the gun, and then you're YYing so that you can use it faster. Like, you have to
Yeah.
press the switch weapons button 3 effing times, and that's without mule kick, just to use it at the most efficient possible way. And I hate that.
Pull out time.
I hate that. In any weapon in COD, if I have to press the effing button 3 goddamn times just so I can use it,
Yeah.
it's
that
like
could be life or death right there.
yeah, a life or death situation. Exactly.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That actually, that was a big issue too. Yeah, that pullout time is delayed because you gotta wait for it to open up.
You gotta pull
Yeah.
it out, and then you gotta crank it down. You gotta, you
Yep.
know,
Especially when it's like your safety weapon.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
there's a
I mean, it's
glitch on
not really
Shell's
meant to
shuffle.
be 100% a safety weapon, but it can be. It can be used. Yeah. Just
I think it's pretty.
terrifying.
Yeah, I think it's pretty rare, but there's a glitch on Challenge Shuffle when you double pack a bunch of the Kendalls.
Oh
where
yeah.
When you pull them
I know exactly
out,
what you're talking about.
it'll
Yeah.
take like
it happens
like
a lot on Shallon. Yeah, when
like
when
4
you
or
switch
5 seconds to
weapons
pull
and
them
it
out.
just takes 2 decades to pull them out, you can't YY to have
Yeah,
them pull out
no,
faster.
you can't.
No.
Yeah, you can't. It's just there's this extended pause period between your switching weapons, and you're powerless to do anything about it except for manipulating, like changing your weapon loadout, like buy a new weapon or remove mule munchies or replace the weapon that's it's like something like that. It's so dumb. I don't know why it happens. Just IWs.
IW moment.
It's definitely an IW because it doesn't just happen in Shaolin, but it does happen.
That's only where I've seen it, and it's happened an alarming
It
amount of
happens a
time.
lot in Shaolin, like a lot.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my number 7. Sorry to copy you. Not
No,
lying, but
no, I was joking
it's
with
my
you. No.
true spot. I did not change that one. That was one that I made
When's
there.
Maybe I was copying you all along. Who knows?
When's the lawsuit, not lad? When it
Yeah. Oh.
How's
Hello.
it going? What's going on
Welcome
in
to
here?
the podcast.
Oh, we got
welcome.
we got an extra soul in the podcast.
Everybody in the podcast, we have a rando here.
What's up, otters?
Oh, Rando. That ego is egoed. Oh,
Hi there. Well, appreciate you stopping in. Unfortunately, we are actually recording a podcast for a future episode that we're making for YouTube. So we might have to boot you out, unfortunately.
yeah, that's all good. Just wanted to stop
Sorry
by, see
about
what's
that,
going
but
on.
yeah, appreciate you dropping in though.
Yeah, you guys have a great one.
You too.
All right. Have a good one.
All right, see ya. Maybe we make a special role in the server for podcast, just for us 3.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe I should do the podcast on my channel because I don't think I have much of anybody that would jump in or anything. But
Yeah.
well, hey, that's an exciting
I'm
turn of
fine with you
events.
hosting the next one. Absolutely, yeah.
He was our mystery caller. I
Mystery.
guess that's what that
We
was.
should have asked him what his favorite wonder weapon is. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Gotta
true.
extract the information.
Should we move
Gotta
on
get
to
public
number
opinion.
6?
I
Then?
think it's time to move on to
Number
six.
6.
Yeah, lead us
What do
off,
I have
Carpool.
at
What
number
would be number
6?
6?
Oh, I have the Sliquifier at number 6. I don't
Liquefier,
know.
number 6.
Mm.
I guess for me, I just don't have as much experience with the Sliquifier as many other YouTube players do, or zombie players do. Just being that I was not the biggest fan of that particular map. So I
Wow.
growing up in zombies, I was not good with the closed corridors. It just was
There's a
not.
jump button, you know. Okay.
It was just,
There's mattresses, you know.
yeah, except I missed every single one of them.
The trample steam exists.
Black Ops 2
Sorry.
was one of the original games I started with, so I was not good at it. So I feel like my opinion of this Liquefier might not be as good, just being that I didn't use it as much. So you guys would know more on that than I would, so I don't have as much to
Yeah.
contribute on it, but I know
Sure,
I
of
gotta,
it,
I'm
works.
sure Carpal can shed a little bit of light on the
I
gotta-
the hidden gem that
yeah.
is the Sickle post patch.
Do tell.
Post patch. I gotta apologize to my friend Hatcher here, because I also am not a big Die Rise fan. But yeah,
Yep, spill the truth.
I don't know how to say this without sounding like a crazy person.
Go crazy, do it.
To me, there's not a greater feeling on Die Rise than when your friend is standing near a cliff and you shoot a Sliquifier near them and they slide off.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
That is I feel like that placing a
Best thing.
trample steam in a cheeky spot is just a little bit more infuriating.
That's
or
also really
hilarious.
funny.
Yeah,
How
I
did
think
that
that's
get
much more in that territory than the Slickle but that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Also, it's just really powerful and really good and stuff. All right. Notlet,
Okay.
what's your number 6?
For me, it would have to be I'm trying to remember the beginning of it, but it's the Scorpion from Black Ops 4, Death of Orion. That one. Sorry, it had to come back to me, but that one gets my number 6 spot. For me,
Interesting.
I love how you can shoot it and it stops multiple zombies, and it, like electricity, it'll shoot and it'll stun everything in its zone. And it does continuous damage on them, so you're gaining points for the damage that's being done to the zombies. I love that because it's a good way to earn extra points. Um, I I liked how powerful the weapon could get, stopping one enemy and anything that comes into that zone, it would instantly electrify them. That's what I feel it has a little bit on a Wunderwaffe, but I didn't put this one ahead of the Wunderwaffe because that one in particular has its drawbacks, where it's like you can shoot it, but it does not kill all your zombies. Depending on what round it is, it'll
it's also
stun
like a
them.
scorpion.
It freezes them. Yeah, it's cool design too. Honestly,
It's a
unique.
cool design.
It's a unique weapon.
Okay, I have a
Um,
question for you.
Yeah.
Do you know about the rapid fire glitch? Because I could understand this placement. You are
No,
utilizing rapid fire.
I do not know. How do you do that?
Don't. If you press the reload button and the shoot button at the same time and just spam that, you can, yeah.
You serious?
It completely destroys all boss enemies, yeah.
I've watched so many people play Black Ops 4 and everything. I've seen no one ever do that. I had no idea that was a thing.
It's mostly a speedrun.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try
it
that
is
next
pretty
time I
niche,
play
It
yeah.
is a really cool feature.
Okay, that would probably bring it up. If I knew that, that would kind of help more. But I mean, it'd probably go through ammo pretty fast. Though.
It
That's
would.
the only problem with
It
that.
definitely
It does.
But
I think
yeah.
it's worth
You
it,
know,
though.
it might have only brought it up maybe a tier or two. For me, I think it still remains kind of in that same zone though, because once again, it's just it doesn't fully kill your zombies. You can electrify them to if you're on a high round, it'll electrify them, but they're instantly running after you again. Um, until you shoot them again, then it'll kill them. So I feel like it wastes a little more ammo than a wonder weapon should. And if I remember right, Death of Orion didn't have as much ammo as I would like. They could have given it a little bit more. But I just find it to be very visually stunning, like the way that it stops and the way that it creates a zone where something comes into it, it instantly electrifies them. I find that so cool. Um, but yeah, and just like having the zombie in the center floating up in the air as it spins around, shooting electricity out of it, visually stunning. I like that. I like those kind of effects, and I think they're cool. So that's why it gets the place that I put it at. That would be you next, Wistful. What's yours?
I believe that would be Whistle.
My sixth.
Yes.
All right.
Can hear him changing his list as we go. The racer going furiously.
The
Give me 2
Contemplation.
seconds, guys.
No, go for it.
All right, sorry, that's just some people entering my room. Yeah. So
got you.
my number 6. I'm
Death of
actually gonna
Orion.
go with the wave gun.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna
yep.
go with the wave gun. I
Solid.
like its lethality. I like its effect on zombies. The only reason why it is not higher on my list, and I love the fact that you can split it into two different separate mini ray guns. The only thing that I'm not really a fan of the weapon is that it just doesn't create drops. As part of that fact, it has that infinite damage.
Wait, it does it on BO3? Am I crazy?
No.
Okay, I'm
Doesn't
Oh,
sound
the
familiar.
wonder weapon creates drops on BO3. I messed that up earlier when I mentioned the wave gun. I'm sorry.
You're talking the Apothecon Servant, right?
No, the wave gun.
I heard something recently that the Apothecon Servant does cause drops to happen. I never knew that before. I just heard that recently, I think from Noah
It does.
J456.
It does.
And so I was
Yeah,
just
for
kind of
sure.
blown away. I guess I never noticed.
But yeah, that's my number 6 spot in Russian.
No, I honestly could understand it. Yeah. For me, I don't think that one ever made my list. The wave gun, I thought about it, but for me, I guess that one didn't really make my top 10 because I still got some other cool ones ahead. But yeah, I would need to have more spaces for that one to make it just because like the microwave effect, once again, it slows the zombies. And if you don't have enough charge or you don't put enough of the wave gun effects on it, they would then run after you again. So they don't die. So that one didn't make my list for those reasons. But no, I honestly, it is a cool weapon though. That is where I definitely could agree with it there because I love the idea of the wave gun and how it works and the visual effects it does on the zombies. It's very cool in that respect.
I find it interesting that a lot of my top 10 are like wonder weapons on maps that I don't really like. Because on just my top 5, I've had Rave, I've had Moon, I've
You
had
don't like
that
Rave?
and
Really?
No. I think outside of a couple aspects, Rave is kind of bleh.
Interesting. I did not know that.
I'm surprised you're more shocked about Rave than Moon, because I've never been a big fan of Moon.
I personally haven't been a big fan of Moon, but I did really like Rave. I think just for its themes, its boss battle, and I did like the wonder weapons of it. I guess I'm just
Yeah.
a sucker for the camp theme, like it had there, like a summer camp kind of feel. Something about that to me is really cool, and all the black lights too. It's very colorful. I like that.
Yeah.
But
No. For me, an Easter egg is a very important, fundamental part of a map, and Rave just doesn't fulfill that for me.
yeah, that's a simple
That's
one.
the only
Yeah,
reason I don't like it.
Yeah, Rave's egg is just
that I can definitely agree on. Yeah.
crying internally. Rave's
You
egg.
didn't like
Yeah.
Kevin? Ah, come on, Kevin was a great boss.
Yeah.
What are you
Bro,
talking about?
Kevin is such a dick. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Speaking from experience as a Rave speedrunner.
Mhm.
Oh my god, Kevin fucking Smith. Anyway.
Kevin
It's
in
so
real life
hard
is
for him
great.
to just
Kevin in the
say
game is
hate
not.
for
one
the fat man.
freaking spot. So hard.
Fat man.
So hard. Anyway.
Maybe it's the low map
What were we
quality
talking
that's
about again?
making these stand out more to me. Huh?
We were going
Oh,
on strictly weapons, but
Yeah.
Yeah, the best
Well,
weapons
yeah,
you were saying are on some of the worst maps.
some of my least
Which
favorite maps yet.
I feel that too, surprisingly. I feel like a lot of our cooler weapons are always on an unfortunate map, and I feel like if they were implemented in some of the cooler maps, it would be such a cool combination. But yeah. No, I can definitely agree with you there. But I guess that means we move on to number 5. What do you got for number 5?
Number 5, I put my favorite bow under Eisendrach, which is the Void Bow.
Nice.
I
Really?
think
The
it
Void Bow was
looks,
your favorite?
yeah, for sure, for sure. I
That is
think it
not
looks the
everybody's
coolest.
first pick. It does look
I
cool.
think the quest
I would
is,
have to agree with you. Honestly, yeah, straight up.
Really?
The
yeah,
Void Bow or the Keeper Bow is just the most visually, in for all intents and purposes, it is the most flashy bow of all
yeah.
four. It
That I
is.
will agree. Yeah. Yeah, visually,
I
yes.
also
I'll
find
definitely give
the
you that.
I also find the quest really fun. It actually requires
It is
some
a good
memorization,
It
Oh,
requires some Easter egg and skill. I
some
love
some
that.
Easter egging skills, and that's like my favorite thing about zombies. So it's no wonder I like this bow.
Oh my
very good.
goodness, Easter eggs
See,
and zombies. Oh god.
this
Love it
man,
so much.
like he doesn't do it as part of his living. uh, yeah, no, that one didn't make my list either, actually. The Void, but you do make a really good point with its visual effects. It is very stunning, actually. Out of all the bows, it has the most visual appeal. Um, but I didn't add it on my list because of its effectiveness. That one I never found to be that great of a bow.
Really? I
Its
mean,
effectiveness, I've
it's
never
not as
liked.
quick acting, but like the portals last for a good amount of time, and they do one shot. So I don't
Yeah,
really see where you're coming from there.
I've never seen it. It's just like when you have zombies on you and you shoot it, it doesn't target the zombies that are in front of you or behind you right at the moment. It might hit some that are further behind or something at first and then work its way towards the ones by you. It's just the way that it hits the enemies, I think, is kind of random. And I guess that randomness maybe is what I don't like so much about it. I like knowing, like, kind of going back to the thunder gun and stuff. Like, you shoot it, it knocks everything in your path. Like, you know it's gonna work every single time, and it's gonna do what you expect it to every single time. So that, I guess, knowing that, I think that's kind of why it didn't make my list necessarily.
Okay, okay.
But yeah,
And then what's your
you
number
make
5
a
then?
great point on the making of it though. That is something I wasn't really considering for any of these wonder weapons, like the actual quest to building a wonder weapon or something. I Are we actually going to be
Yeah,
accounting that?
I
If you
mean, I
want to,
am.
yeah.
You know, for the sake of my list, I'm not going to.
Oh,
No,
all
that's
right.
that was a great, just for me though. You guys can keep going for that, but I already created my list and I think I'm sticking with it. Because I think the majority of them, they don't need to be built here on out, so I think I'm good. But yeah,
I only have two more wonder weapons on my list that are buildables.
okay. Well, yeah, take that
Okay.
into account. I thought it was interesting you mentioned that. That was actually a really good point.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
Should I go next?
I
is
think
it
Notlet's
me
up.
next? Yeah, I
Oh, is it
haven't
not?
done mine
Yeah.
yet.
Oh, go for it. Go for
So
it.
yeah, for me, I would say number 5, and some people aren't gonna like me for this one, but
Now I'm gonna hate you. I don't even. Oh, okay, continue.
okay. Thank you. I know what to expect now. The Mark III ray gun. That gets 3rd place or 5th place for me.
Brother, I don't know a single soul on this earth who's gonna dislike you for saying you like the.
No, I really
Yeah.
thought people held that one in higher regards, and personally, I don't.
Oh, I thought.
Um,
I thought you meant the
I
other way
don't
around.
think people do. No. I don't think we
Yeah,
do.
no.
The
no,
Mark
okay.
III, the Maelstrom of Eris, it's kind of ass.
It's what
Yeah,
It's kind of
it
ass.
is. Okay, I
it's
can see
it's
compared to
not
like
bad.
some of the
It's
Buth. Mm,
Yeah, for me, I think it does sit in this place for a reason. It's right in between because
Yeah.
it has its effectiveness. It is cool. It's visually cool. The weapons, the way they're designed, it looks impressive. And like once again, they're both ray guns. It's a dual wielded weapon, which both weapons get ammo, and I find all those to be unique, and especially the fact that you can shoot one and to get a certain effect, and then shoot into it to get even better effect. I like those concepts. I think it's really cool to have in a wonder weapon. Um, it is also really effective. Like once you shoot it, it almost acts a little bit like an apothecary servant, where it sucks everything in and kills it almost like a black hole. And that is why it gets the place that it does. Its downsides, however, is it's a limited ammo. I don't like that it doesn't have a lot more, personally. Um, I like that you can connect the guns. Actually, that was another pro. That you can visually do the connecting of the two weapons to get a different fire is also really sick. I really like that as well. Um, but yeah, going back to the downsides, it doesn't the shots don't last as long. That is one downside that I didn't like as well. Like you can shoot it
Yeah.
and hit the black hole, but it doesn't last long enough. I almost wish it would last just a few more seconds, just to have a little more effect. Then it would be a little bit cooler. It doesn't. It seems to be effective at all rounds. Like it'll always be good. So that's another pro.
I
Um,
don't think that's true.
is that not
No.
true? I
No.
guess I haven't
No, it does
gotten
not
maybe
do
too
The
infinite
far
black
with
damage.
it,
hole
but
drops off pretty early, and the only aspect of the weapon that really is useful is just the right ray gun for the manglers. That's the only
Yeah.
reason people
yeah,
use it in high rounds is just for manglers.
sure. Okay, that I didn't
You
know. I
know,
guess I haven't gone too far with it, but yeah.
I think there are too many drawbacks with the weapon for it to be even near my top 10. But I
Yeah.
do
Okay.
think it's very fun.
Agreed.
I think for a weapon that does require that much like focus and intention, like you
Mhm.
got to place the left one and place the right one, yada yada.
Yeah.
I think it should be one shot because it's almost not even worth it to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, you make a good point with that. Yeah. Yeah, and actually I also forgot to mention we kind of talked about it earlier, but the visual effects of the zombies kind of bursting and stuff, we've had that in there too. That's kind of cool. But
Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
but no, you make a good point with that too. Yeah, the whole shooting and aiming thing, and also if you miss the first time, you're wasting more shots trying to hit the other shot that you did out of the other gun. So yeah, I could definitely see those being some drawbacks to it. Um, I think regardless though, I'll keep it where it's at because I do find it just to be just a cool unique idea at least behind it. The idea of it is unique and really cool. And I think that will keep it kind of on its list there. Maybe I'd move it back one knowing this stuff now, but still, it's a really neat weapon. I think it has potential.
Okay, I think you're up, Wist.
Go for it. What do you
All
got?
right. So, my previous rank was getting into the most lethality department, and I'm continuing on. However, this is the part where I am. This is the last weapon in my list that has some pretty, I would say, significant drawbacks to the other gameplay, especially from the drop cycle perspective, but still really delivers on its lethality as well as its use as a safety weapon, and that's the thunder gun. I'm putting the thunder gun in
Yeah.
in my number 5 spot.
Let's
Um,
go.
I love it for the fact that it's a safety weapon. I love its inclusion on the maps that are wide open. I I like how it changes when it pack-a-punches to get those extra
Mhm.
lights actually have like reason to use them, and they each individually go off. I like the reload animation for it as well with the levers on the side of the weapon. You don't really see that in BO1 or BO3, but I still think it's really, really cool. The animation in BO4. Maybe a little bit longer than I like, but that's why there's the shorter version in the earlier titles. Um, but yeah, just the ability to blow away all the zombies in front of your face. It's
Definitely.
just it's so good for that. It does suffer from ammo, but there are ways to counteract that even on the Black Ops 1 maps where it's present. Um, except for maybe Kino, you'd probably really have to either go for the box or use a trap. Um, but
Yeah.
but yeah, and ammo too is a little bit of a struggle, especially with it not being able to create any drops. But it's
Yeah.
there's a
that is
reason
true.
that it's at the number
Except on
5
BO3.
spot and it's not higher.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey, very good.
Uh, I don't know. I think the Thunder Gun. Okay, the main thing I don't like about the Thunder Gun, and this is not like it. I guess it's not its fault. This is just a personal gripe.
Mhm.
I don't like that you can't reload it without shooting
Yeah,
the whole
that
magazine.
that is a small gripe that I also have.
It's kind of annoying to me. I don't know. I like having full magazine.
Another thing is the mishitting. Like if you accidentally hit your button twice, it will shoot twice. Like it knows that
Yeah,
you press your
yeah,
button twice. It's gonna happen. You're gonna waste that
yeah,
shot.
yeah.
It's gonna happen no matter what. That is actually a downside. I kind of forgot about that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, actually, I do really much agree with it on your list. It's actually my next one on my list. I put it just one space higher than
That's
yours.
crazy.
I have really
That's
liked the
wild.
Wonder Weapon, but there's some extra points of why I like it. But I'll talk about it once we get to that one. Carpel's got to share his next one
Yeah,
first.
Carpal, go.
Okay. I don't even know about this one. I'm gonna be completely for real.
Go for it. What do you got?
Okay, I have two in my number four because I don't really have a favorite between them. But it's the Thulian Scythe and the Thulian Flail from the Frozen Dawn, World War II. Um,
Forgot about that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, most
I'm not
I
people
forgot
experienced
do.
about all the
at
weapons in
at
that
those
one.
weapons.
I don't know how we could get any interesting conversations off them other than me just gushing about them, but I think they're super underrated. I
No,
think they
I
have
do
some of
too.
the best. I think they have some of the best Wonder Weapon quests in all of Zombie. Um, Especially the flail, like looking through like the constellation mode and having to like, trace constellations far in the distance. I think it's
Yeah.
such a cool concept. And when you go into the actual challenge for it, you have to like teleport past firewalls. I think that is just such a cool concept. And World War II did it before BO4, which I think is even funnier.
That is true. Yeah.
I don't know. I just personally think they're awesome. They're really good.
No, actually, I give you a lot of props for that one. I didn't even remember that was a Wonder Weapon. I completely blocked that out of my head, or
So,
all the
just to
other
be
ones
clear,
that are on that.
it is the quest that's carrying it for you, not necessarily the abilities
No,
of the Wonder
definitely
Weapons.
not. Definitely not. The scythe
Oh.
the scythe is just like very practical to use.
Hmm.
If that makes sense. It's kind of similar to the Chrysalax, but it just feels like
But yeah, no,
uh,
yeah,
mm,
definitely.
Just the fact
I
that it's a
agree with
lethal
you on
melee
that.
weapon. I think I
it's
understand.
yeah, and the flail's the complete antithesis of that, where the teleport. Okay, the flail has multiple like great abilities, but
Yeah,
especially the teleportation ability, I find is one of the most fun things about World War II zombies because overall it's not like an incredible game. I don't think that's controversial to say.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I don't know. World War
One of
II
my
is
favorite
my
things to
top list.
do is when I'm doing a Frozen Dawn carry. What I'll do is immediately when we get into like the underground, I will, or once I get the flail, I'll jump off the map and then throw a teleporter back on land, and then like the carry will freak out, and then right before I hit the death barrier, I just teleport back. It's
Oh,
yeah, it's
that's
really
cool.
exciting.
Yeah, I like those concepts, and actually, they were unique weapons too. I was thinking about that. The other one was the hammer too, and that was a unique one too. Just I like the uniqueness of them and the quests that are behind them. So you definitely had me there on the quest because those were actually pretty cool to go about.
Ooh,
Um,
also the flail is probably the only one weapon I think in all the zombies that allows you to turn into the enemy and take over their body and like control them.
mm-hmm.
I'm not talking like a turn zombie. I'm talking like
Yeah,
you can
yeah, no, I know what
actually
you mean.
turn into them and attack,
Yeah.
which is I don't think that's ever been done before. So
Honestly,
yeah,
no, I don't think so. Yeah, it's see, like I feel like they were making some very unique strides, even with just the zombies on the map, like the whole jump scaring thing, or just how creepy it was. I think it was such a unique. That's what makes it unique for me, World War II. But yeah, I guess not many people like it as much. But no,
I mean
definitely great
I can
points.
see why.
I thought there was some unique stuff they added in there, but I really hope Black Ops 6 has unique concepts like that. But anyways, so you guys kind of know what mine is gonna be. Mine is the Thunder Gun. But there are some extra reasons from what Wist made. You made some great points about some of the drawbacks and some of the pros and stuff about it. I have found especially when starting zombies, that getting the thunder gun was such a cool experience because it was good for me because I got into a lot of panic situations where I needed it. And to have that weapon, it aided me a lot. But one of the cool other facts that is something that I don't think anybody's going to mention about it, but it's one thing I adore about the weapon, is that the reloading sound effect is from the
It's
Omnimix
iconic.
of Ben 10, and that was my favorite cartoon when I was growing up as a kid. I loved that show. Ben 10 was my favorite. It has that same sound effect, and I adore that so much. The sound effect to that weapon is cool, and I cannot get over that fact. I like how it looks. It is a cool and unique styled weapon. It does look like a cannon, and I love that. I love how it lights up on the inside too, and like showing your ammo on the inside too, like how many bars are lit up, kind of shows like how many shots you have. I really like that about it, and just its effectiveness is what's impressive. Just to be able to clear a whole room or to be able to burst a Margo head and something like that is so cool. I think those are nice features, and
The power of
I
air. Yep.
yeah, it's a powerhouse, and I think that's kind of why it got that spot for me. But then again, it's also not number one because it does have its drawbacks as well. The like the hitting the button multiple times and having it shoot extra times, as I said, that is kind of a drawback. The ammo that it has, I feel like it should have a little bit more as well. And also that it only shoots 2 shots initially until it's pack-a-punched. I don't like that is the case. But it's nice that when you pack a punch it gives you more shots before you have to reload. Um, but yeah, those would basically be the drawbacks I have. I don't really have too much else to say bad about it. I honestly really like that one, and
I
it's always been an exciting one to get, I guess.
I have a question. So you made a
Mhm.
reference to Ben 10. I too
Yeah.
grew up with that cartoon. I love
Did you?
that
Me too,
cartoon.
me
My
too.
favorite show,
Yeah.
man.
But you
I
caught me
love
off
that.
guard when you said the reload sound effect. So there's
Uh-huh.
a reload sound effect for the original one from Black Ops 1, and then there's the one that is more modern to Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4. I think you're talking
Is
about
it
that
different
one. Yeah.
from Black Ops 3, right?
The
Yeah,
one from
I know
Black
Black
Ops
Ops
1
3 has it.
sounds like you're moving an oil drum or something,
Oh.
and it
Oh.
it does not
Yeah,
sound at
you're right. Yep.
all like it doesn't sound as like beepy as
I
Black
know
Ops
what
3
you're
or Black
talking
Ops
about.
4 does. And I was
A little
trying to
more clunky.
I
Yeah.
was trying to remember that sound effect in my head because it's like you always have the noise whenever the watch rotates and
Well, no,
changes the
hang on.
different alien
Yeah.
versus like the actual like, the activation of it. And I was like thinking
You
there's no way it sounds anything like its OG one. So I just had to ask because there are two very iconic sound effects for the Thunder Gun
yeah.
and its reload sound effect. The OG one, that's in Gary's mod. I remember playing around with that in Gary's mod
You kind of
before
threw me off with
the
that
new one
one
came out.
because I was thinking like I do remember the clunkiness kind of sound of it, but now that I'm thinking about it, that comes just before the sound effect that's kind of like from the Ben
Yeah,
10 Omnitrix,
yeah.
and like so I guess maybe I don't know what you're talking about actually. I guess maybe I don't fully know the
He's
sound it
got to
made
boot up
before.
BO1 and get the T gun. He's got to boot it
You're
up.
gonna you're making me want to listen
me
and
too,
just kind of hear
Sarah.
it, see what it sounds like. Maybe I just don't
Or
remember it.
you could just,
I blocked it out.
YouTube it, Google it.
Yeah, I'll look it up, but I'll do it afterwards. But that is
Sounds
interesting. You
good.
mentioned that. I didn't realize that. But that sound to me, it was a huge deal breaker for me because like that, oh, that was such a cool sound. I just
Yeah.
I adored that. But yeah, that's pretty much it on that one. Yeah, I guess we move on to the next one then. Or sorry, no, you still need to go with. Sorry,
Right, the number 4
my bad.
spot, right?
I forgot. I got carried away. Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Oh wait, did we just do 5? No, hang on.
No, we're on 4.
We are on 4.
Yeah.
We are.
we definitely should be in 4.
Sorry, my bad. I
All right. So, number 4 spot. Beginning of infinite damage. Well, not fully. Some of these are infinite, some of these aren't. damaged wonder weapons that can still create drops. I put for my number 4 spot the 3179 JGB 215
JGB 215.
or the baby gun fractalizer, whatever you want to call it.
Really?
I love it. I don't play
Mean.
Shangri-La that much. That does not mean that I don't love this wonder weapon. I love the fact
is
that you can
unique.
hoard up as a group of zombies, shoot one shot at them, and run into them. Or if you're on a high rounds, then you like chuck a Semtex on the ground and you time a baby gun shot at just the right time and it kills them all. Or you use the M16 Grenader, or you use a Mustang and Sally shot to just clear them all out. I love it. I just love it.
Yeah. That is interesting you bring that up. That one actually did not make my list. But hearing your input about it is very interesting. See, I guess it didn't make mine just because like the weapon itself, although it shrinks them, the zombies will come back if you don't do anything about
Yeah,
them.
yeah, you have a
and they
limited
will-
window of time to do something about it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was one downside for me, and also just the um, what was I gonna? I had another thought about that too. I think I lost it though. I don't remember what the other
Oh,
thought
no.
was. But I had a few downsides with it and just I don't know. I feel like it doesn't kill for one. It only shrinks, right? And then you do the damage yourself as a person. To me, I guess it didn't really break the list just because it does no damage. And it doesn't give you points as far as I'm aware. Does that one give you
mean,
points? I cannot remember honestly. For
I,
some reason I feel it doesn't until you run into them.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but can it like statistically get the most kills out of any wonder weapon with the
Yeah.
amount of ammo it has?
I think so.
Yeah,
Huh,
which is crazy because it does 0 damage.
Yeah. That is interesting
It's
actually.
just the concept of you're shooting zombies and they're all being affected by this shot and it weakens them. It's like it's like a weakening wonder weapon, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That to me doesn't cut the list of a weapon just in my opinion, but I will give it to you on like the uniqueness of it though. To get a shrinking wonder weapon is just nothing I would have ever expected. I never would have suspected a shrinking wonder weapon. That is such a unique thing, and it looks cool too. The weapon just looks really unique, almost like the Wunderwaffe in certain ways, but it's
Yeah.
got its own unique style, and I like that too. So yeah, very very interesting pick. I think that one's a very unique one.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Um. Okay, I guess number 3 then. What do you got?
I don't know. I don't think we need to linger on this long. Paralyzer, which we've already talked about quite
Oh, the
extensively.
paralyzer. Okay.
Damn,
Well, share your
you
ideas. Share
hold
your
the
thoughts.
paralyzer up high.
I will just say that some of my most cherished memories of zombies with the paralyzer involved. When I discovered the method for beating the buried Easter egg with opening no doors.
Oh, yeah. Flying
Yeah.
over the maze is fun too.
Flying over the maze is fun because you don't have
Yeah.
to go through the maze because the
Bypass
maze is
those
not
doors.
fun.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, honestly, I give you a lot of props for that because yeah, a lot of these weapons are kind of backed in the experiences we've had playing games. One of my more higher weapons that I'm going to get to here pretty soon is placed at its higher point just because it is a good experience for me, not because
Yeah.
it is the most effective out of all of them, but just because like my memories of using that weapon is just the best. And I'll get to that one soon, but yeah, no, definitely. That is definitely something we should account into it. And yeah, I definitely agree that that weapon was super cool. So yeah, great mention there, honestly.
Yeah, and I think my first time ever breaking round 50 was camping with the paralyzer on top of the bank.
Very nice.
Which yeah.
Nice.
Sick. Okay. Well, I guess for me, my number 3, and this is the kind of the weapon I was referencing. I'm not putting it as number 1 because there's other 2 that are going to get that spot. But Mark 3 ray gun. I know
wait,
that is not
Didn't you
Whoa,
already mention
You
that?
already mentioned Mark III.
Did I?
Yeah.
You did.
I There's no way I mentioned it for
You
the list
definitely
yet.
did.
You did.
We
What
we
spot
had
did I
a whole
put it?
convo about it.
I think you
What?
put it number 5.
No,
Yeah,
number 5 wasn't it? No.
Yeah, no, you definitely did
you
already say
definitely
that.
did. You
Are you
definitely
serious?
put it. You already said
And,
that.
and me and Wish were like, nah, it's pretty not that good. And
Yeah,
you were
Oh,
like,
sorry,
okay,
not
I
Mark
see.
3. Did I say Mark 3? I'm sorry, not Mark 3. Mark
you
2.
did.
Mark 2 ray gun.
Mark 2.
My bad.
Oh.
That's why I'm like baffled. There's no way I talked about this weapon, but I'm sorry, I caught myself. Yeah, Mark 3 isn't it? It's Mark 2. No, sorry, Mark 2 is the cool one. Mark 3 is not getting that spot. No way. No, my bad. Yeah, Mark II, it gets spot number 3 for me because that is one I'm putting in that spot because it was always so cool to get the Mark III ray gun. I was always so excited to pull that out of the box, and it's an effective weapon that shoots multiple shots. It's straight to the point. Like you shoot it, you point, you shoot, and those zombies are done. It was great. I loved the styling. I love the camo. I love the green glowing with the red. It just is one of the most stunning looking wonder weapons I think I've ever seen. And I know it doesn't have much visual effects happening on the outside necessarily, but it is just the coolest looking one to me. And as like Carpo was kind of going with the paralyzer, it just has such a big memory for me. Pulling that out on Buried and all the other Black Ops 2 maps, I was just so enamored by that weapon, and I was so excited to get it every single time. Um, so yeah, it's very effective and it's just really cool. That's why it gets third place for me. It's not much else than that. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on that?
I think it is the coolest looking wonder weapon ever made,
Yeah,
and
right. Okay.
I don't say that lightly. Like,
I'm glad I'm
I,
not the only one on this one.
also,
I
the fact that on a lot of like the survival maps, it is like a less than 1% chance to pull it. The feeling
Mhm.
that you get from
It's
pulling
rare
the
to
Reagan
get
Mark
it.
II is it's
Exactly.
unmatched.
I think that's what it was too. It wasn't easy to get that one.
I really just look at the Mark II and I just see the better ray gun and I love it so much.
Uh-huh. Okay, so I'm not the only one who feels this way. I'm glad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad. I would
Absolutely.
have given it a little bit higher, but there are two other weapons that stand out just a little bit more, and I think it's more on effectiveness than anything. But I'll get to those soon. But no, Wistful, what's yours?
My number 3 spot,
Mhm.
it's going to be the Apothecary.
Gross.
Mm,
I'm putting it this low.
let's go.
Gross.
I like the Apothecary
Gross.
Servant
Yeah.
for its lethality, the fact that it can still create drops. It doesn't have that much ammo. Yeah. It's a
Mhm.
buildable. Yeah. You can get it from the box if you trade it out. Yeah. But it is upgradable in Revelations. And if you know how to use it effectively, it is just so good, especially when you combo with an alchemical antithesis. The
Mhm.
weapon that's
Yeah,
after
I
this,
saw that.
I think, is more fun, more satisfying. That's why I put it here. But its
Okay.
lethality and the fact that it can still create drops is why it's here.
Yeah. Well, hey, awesome. Yeah, actually, it's not too far off from some of the ones I'm gonna do, but yeah, no, I honestly agree. Before the biggest downside for me on that one was that its ammo was very
Yeah,
limited. But then I
it does
found
have
out about
10
the
shots.
alchemist gobble gum and using that with it. It's like infinite ammo, and it's insanely good. And it's the perfect combination. So yeah, definitely very, very, very good spot for it, honestly. I think that was a good one.
I'm not the biggest Apothecary fan
Yeah, share your
personally.
thoughts. I heard a little judgment on that one there.
I think the best part about the weapon is its design. I don't love the fact that you're sticking your hand inside of what is clearly like a
I was just
living
about to
thing.
say that, yeah.
But, but yeah, no, I honestly prefer shadows without using the Apothecary. I think I don't know. I think it's just a little too mindless.
Too
Um,
overpowered, I'd say. Yeah.
I do think it is. I think it is better on shadows than Rev because you have the ammo drawback. Whereas on Rev you can pack it and there's access to like like challenges and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Something I'll do on if I'm doing like a Shadows Easter egg carry is I'll pick up the Apothecon and then I'll tell carries I'm gonna upgrade it and I'll just trade it for the Shiva. I don't know.
Yeah. I got you. No. Yeah, no, that's a valid point. I once again, from like what you were talking about earlier, it sounds very much like you kind of like just the normal challenge of a map without the aid of a wonder weapon. I think that's more what I was trying to get to earlier on. But that's definitely understandable. I definitely get that. Like that wonder weapon is so overpowered that um there isn't much challenge in it afterwards, you know? And that's kind of what I can see in it. Yeah.
The only challenge other than ammo that I see with the weapon is when you don't know how to use it against bosses. That's the only other
Yeah.
challenge.
You're not sure if the apothecon likes you first before you stick your hand up its butt.
I mean, at least take the gun
Biggest
to dinner
struggle.
first. Like, come on.
Come on, man. Yeah.
If he's consenting or not, no. No, sorry. Yeah. No, definitely. I think it's a good spot for it, honestly. And it is interesting that you mention it because actually I'm gonna wait on mentioning this. Okay, let's go on to the next one, shall we? Before I mention my
we
big
are
revelation.
running a little bit low on time. We have
Oh,
exceeded
okay,
the
okay,
2 hour mark,
speed run.
by the way.
We only have 2 left.
Okay,
so we're
speed
almost
run.
there.
All right. My number 2 is my favorite part about Cold War Zombies. It's the Cerberus on Mauer Toten. Again, I don't really like Mauer
Based.
Toten, but I
Very
love the
based.
Cerberus because it's cool. Okay, you
It
go
is
with
very cool.
or not
Agreed.
my.
My number 2
Okay.
spot is the
Wait,
Sliquifier. It's lovely buildable. It's really not that hard to build.
Okay,
I
get
love
off.
the detail how you can part switch the footstock on the top of the between the top of the railing of the staircase and then to the bottom. I've always loved that. And the Sliquifier itself, if you shoot it at the billboard enough, it glitches the gun out, and it makes it like its pre-patch self, and it just, you hoard up a bunch of zombies, you shoot one shot, it kills all of them. It's just so satisfying, and it can make drops too. It's and on PC as well, you can like mod the splatting effects with like your own custom PNGs, and you can make the splat assets on the ground be the most wanky just meme shit ever. It's so much fun.
Nice.
I'm so glad you have it above the KT4.
Yep.
This man cutting me off before I mention mine.
Go for
We're
it, go
out of
for it.
order now. No, it's fine. No, mine is the second place for me is Apothecon Servant. I put it just a little bit higher just because the thing is a powerhouse. It's a black hole. Literally, you shoot a black hole, everything is devastated, and it is effective. It and the effectiveness is why it gets its place on the list. And then with the Alchemist Gumball, it's very effective in that respect. And it's a cool looking weapon. It's like a creature. It's a little literal creature that you're actually using, which is just insane. And then pack-a-punching it, you can get different camos on it, is really nice, and more ammo in it when you pack-a-punch it and everything. And they last a long time, and I think that's the biggest difference that we've seen from a lot of other weapons that are similar. They don't last long. This one lasts a very long time, which is nice. It makes it feel worthwhile, you know. The downsides, however, being that it gives me funny looks when you stick your hand in it, and it sounds very uncomfortable. But yeah, and it doesn't have much ammo unless you use that gumball and stuff. And at times, yeah, it could be overpowered and might get boring after a while after using it. But those are the only downsides. So yeah, that's pretty much that. All right,
There's
one
one
spot.
detail
yeah, go
I
ahead.
don't think either of us pointed out. You were close to pointing it out about the
Mhm.
Apothecon Servant.
Rush,
So
man.
it does last a long time, but when the actual black hole itself, the moment it dissipates and it subsides, it creates this shockwave blast that will instantly kill any zombies it didn't suck up into the black hole. Wouldn't it suck if
yeah.
it didn't do that and it just left those
Actually,
zombies
yes.
alive? Wouldn't it suck?
It just pulled them
I love
towards
how
you.
that's a thing.
That's
Mm,
actually
I
a
don't-
very
I
good
think
It
that would
makes the
honestly be
ammo
better.
even more worth it.
See, this man loves the challenge of it. My
I
goodness.
think that would be so much better if you just
Oh
like
my
if
God.
the black hole dissipates and you get
outta here,
overran.
man.
That would be so
Dude, that is
funny.
gonna kill you in so many bad ways. Oh, so many people are gonna rage quit from that game. You know.
This is
But
this is just a skill issue on my part, but I also don't like the upgrade process for it on Rev. I suck at hitting the shots, but that's just
Yeah,
me.
oh
that is
yeah, that
definitely
is a
a
little
skill
tricky,
issue on
but
your part.
I think it might be fair, being that that's like the big end map, so they wanted to make it hard, you know. So that I think that kind of makes sense, but it is difficult. I will
You
admit.
say that, but we're not even talking about the gravestones or the bones. Like, oh
Dude
man.
didn't like the gravestones. I got that down pat, man. I know that left to right, man. I got it.
9 days Easter egg hunt, by
2,
the
3,
way.
1, 4.
Yeah,
9
this
days.
man's got it.
I
Yeah.
wish it was like that. It's never gonna happen again.
Dude,
Okay.
there was some serious grinding on that one, but okay, we gotta get to number one. What is the number one wonder weapon
All right,
for you guys?
we did already mention our favorite wonder weapons at the beginning, but mine is Alistair's Annihilator.
Mm, yep.
I think this has some of the best utility and some of the best lethality in all of zombies. I don't know, you never know what kind of shot you're gonna get, but all of them have their use, and all of them are applicable when doing the Easter egg.
Yeah, definitely.
I also think that it's kind of cool that such a compact little pistol is as powerful. It's kind of fun to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
disagree
always been
with
my
some of
favorite.
these points. I very much disagree with some of these points.
Do share.
Do
share.
you like knowing what you're gonna get?
There's two details that I want to point out.
Okay.
So the whirlwind and the shrink ability is fine. There's nothing wrong
Yeah.
with those except for the fact that they do drop off. The fire effect is the only actually viable version of the Alistair's like Annihilator for high rounds because it has infinite damage. But the green one that just gives the zombies the green eyes and maybe use it to dig up a mushroom somewhere. When you're doing a soul box or you need to kill zombies fast and that just doesn't cut it immediately, it's a time loss. I constantly hate whenever I get that
That is
particular
brutal.
shot. Even from the chaos.
I like
area.
it.
I hate it. I hate it so much. It's such it's just like it's the worst. It's the worst of the
It
four
is the
shots.
worst. It is the worst, but I still kind of like it. I think it's funny. I think
This man loves the challenge.
it's like they
He
like they
does.
dip their toes in the green water and then they just immediately the other direction. It's just I don't know.
You know, honestly,
Like the water's
you
too cold or
are
something.
I can see
a
that.
true
yeah.
zombie player
I can
with
see that.
loving
not
like
like,
all the
what's
challenging
yours?
steps. Oh man.
Again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess for me, it kind of changed a little bit. Just being that, as we were talking, it reminded me of a weapon, and this one gets number one spot for me. And it was actually just mentioned just a few minutes ago. But the Cerberus, that one, it gets number one spot for me.
Based.
just
That is so
because
based.
Number one spot
I-
for the style points. So.
I absolutely love.
Can we all
its
agree that
effectiveness,
all
its
the mods for the
attachments.
weapons suck?
It is.
Every
Yeah, they
single
kinda do.
mod sucks.
If
Hey,
they-
we forget about that.
At
about
least
the
the
main one.
attempt was made, but come on. It
yeah,
just
I mean, if
sucks.
it could be a little more powerful, I think that would have made the biggest difference for me. But I love how it looks. I like how impressive it looks, and I like the ideas of the attachments. Adding attachments to the weapon to change its particular type of fire is a cool concept, and I'd love to see that done a little bit more.
I'd
so
love
long
to
as
see
they
that
do it
been done
correctly.
better. But
Yeah,
instead
better.
you have
Better.
to rely on RNG for it to drop from killing
Yeah.
a zombie. Yeah.
Yeah,
There are
that
so
way
many
they put
things
it-
that gun just does wrong, and then just the base lethality of the weapon and the quotes it has are so good. Like that's the
Uh-huh.
only thing about the weapon. That and it's got this little floaty orb around it that's so cute
Yeah,
and cool.
that was what's gonna
It-
get.
it's
That has
so
aimbot
cute.
too.
It looks
That
cool.
those are like the only three highlights.
I know.
of the
I named
weapon.
I named the orb. I named it Jimmy. I don't know. That's just me.
Jimmy, oh my god,
It
your
is.
name
Jimmy.
for it.
Fitting.
I have a name for the Shaolin rat. I have names for most things.
Nice. All right,
That's
Wes, what's
wild.
yours?
So I've mentioned this already before. I'll say it again.
Is it the same one?
I'm a
Okay.
sucker for the Wonder Waff. I love the Waff.
Wonder Waff's number one.
The core idea of chaining electricity to multiple zombies, seeing all those zombies just getting scorched by the lightning, them falling down, and then just, oh my god, the reload of that thing, turn the vacuum
Yep.
tubes off, slide them
very
off,
cool.
get the speed loader, click them in, hide off the or click off the speed loader, just turn on the vacuum tubes, and it's just like, oh, I'm gonna kick some ass with this thing. It hits me in all of the right spots for a wonder weapon with some pizzazz, the right hit for zombies, and it's just so lethal.
I also love the lore of it.
With that, yeah.
Yeah, the lore of it.
I love the thought
Yeah.
of German soldiers rushing onto like the battlefield and just firing this weapon that chains
man.
between multiple people.
You
That
like
was
using a
just it.
flamethrower in the trenches? Fire this one shot into the trenches. The whole fucking army is gone. Chain reaction.
Dude, that was supposed to be one of the questions I had on my list too. We didn't get to almost any of the questions I had on my list.
We might
One
need a
of them
part
was
two.
about
We might
the
need a
lore,
part
the
two.
importance
no,
of lore
my-
behind a
oh,
wonder
no.
weapon and stuff. But yeah, we might have to do a part 2 of this because I have a huge list of stuff, and we didn't scratch the surface on any of the topics. Which is surprising. I thought maybe we might have.
Are we okay with doing a part 2? I'm all right with
I
doing
think
a
we
part
should
2.
because there's a lot more to be seen with wonder weapons, honestly. Like
Okay.
lore is one of the topics I wanted to discuss with you guys later on.
Okay.
Because there is lore behind our wonder weapons, and I wanted to find out the importance of that behind a wonder weapon and what you guys thought of that. But yeah, we might have to leave that for next time, unfortunately. But I will say this. I had 2 weapons that I wasn't able to fit in my list because I miscalculated on its size. One was the Wonder Waff. I wasn't able to fit that in there, but it would have gotten a higher spot on my list because I absolutely agree with you, Wist. I love that weapon. It's really cool. But higher up, I would have put the Dryzen Drak electric bow. That one was going to be one of my higher ones, but I ran out of spots. I
Correct me if I'm
miscalculated
wrong.
my
The
setup.
Krima Aham La Aham Aham. Is it-
Krima
Bless you.
amla Krima amla
Krima
amam.
I was
corn or
close,
something.
right? Krima
Oh,
Aham La Aham Aham. I'm pretty
maybe-
sure that's what
yeah.
it is. Someone
pretty sure that is
in the
Krima
comments. Someone in the comments. Right? Let us know. Let me know.
It's like a coffee.
And if he
syllable.
didn't get it right, try to write it out exactly how he said it.
I could.
Krima Aham La Aham Aham.
Like
Krima
cream
amla
of soup
aha.
of some sort,
Yeah. I'm googling right now. Wait, shit. Hold on.
Krima
Let me find.
Goes
Hold
great
on.
with an ama
Mr.
omelet,
Raffle Waffles
No.
lightning bow. Let me just here. Let me make sure that I mute this site.
Noah
so I don't get
J
demonetized.
456
you know? Let's
fire
get that Noah
bow.
J. For fireball
All right.
tutorial.
So
let's
where it? Okay. So it's at the very end. And Krima Aham La Aham Aham. I got it.
That's
I got it.
Man
I
has
got it!
sound
I
sounds
got it!
funny every time he says it. I mean,
Krima
I'm not gonna say you don't have it right there, but man, just keep on saying it, man. Gets
Krima
better every
aham
time.
la aham aham.
God, I love the fucking pose.
You know, I'm not even gonna try to say it because you know, I'm gonna take you guys up on that one. That sounds right to me, honestly. And even if it's wrong, I wouldn't even tell you. But yeah,
All right.
Dude, I doubt that even translates into anything in the Apothican language. Or I'm
No,
sure
it
they just, like,
definitely has to. It definitely has to.
people pulling it out of the box, like, dude, I got the.
You can't pull the bows out of the box.
Dude, it's
though.
the,
But imagine.
No,
Just
Jason
saying the
Blundell just
actual
heard
name.
one of the. Jason Blundell just heard like one of the devs like coughing and got inspired or something. I do not know.
yeah,
A cough
exactly,
is what
yeah.
named the one. Dude, what?
I'm like,
Somebody just sneezes in the back. That's great. I love it. Yeah, man.
Oh,
Some of
man.
these names, though.
You make it sound like they were drawing dead of ideas for Black Ops 3.
You know, honestly,
No.
you never know.
Never know, I guess.
So, what's the
All right.
verdict then? We doing a part 2 then next time?
I'd be down to do a part 2 of this. Are you down, Carpal?
I will be there if I am told a specific time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we'll
All right.
we'll
Well,
figure
then
it
I
out
guess
next
we'll have
time,
to
but
make this a part 2.
yeah,
Or
yeah, 'cause,
make a
I
part
have
2,
a lot
yeah.
of interesting topics for you guys on this whole front, but
All
yeah,
right.
yeah. But hey, thank you guys for getting together. This was I'd say this was a successful podcast. Episode 2 in the books. How about
Absolutely.
that?
Yeah.
And we got Carpo with us this time. So
We
that's even better, you
do.
know. I'm glad the whole fleet here, honestly.
Let's
Finally,
go.
yeah.
Yep.
But yeah. Well, thank you to everybody who came out, and if you guys are watching this in the future, just yeah, thank you guys for checking it out. We will be back with part 3, an episode 3. It'll be coming soon. We
Well,
don't know when
it'll
just
be
yet,
part
but
2 to this episode, but it'll be a
a
third
part
episode
2,
altogether.
episode 3, something
Episode
like that.
3, part
Or it could be
episode 3, part 2 of episode 2.
episode 2,
That's the
part
title.
2. I
Yep.
feel like it should be episode 2, part 2, but I don't know. It will still be an
Continuation.
independent episode, you know.
Or
Some
you
brainstorming
could
might
we
have to
could
go
we
on.
could say it as that in the actual podcast, right? We could say it's episode 2 part 2, but like the actual title for the podcast episode would be like something more unique that for
Okay,
the
okay.
episode itself.
Yep. Yeah, I'll have to do some brainstorming on that. I'm gonna make this.
We'll have to do
insane
some brainstorming together on that tomorrow.
Episode
Because I gotta get
2.
this episode out tomorrow.
Episode
Oh, wow.
2,
Ooh,
colon, the sequel, comma, episode 3.
name. Hyphen extreme. I don't know. I don't know.
We'll figure
Yeah,
it out.
so it's gotta be something
Alright.
fun. But yeah, this was fun, guys. Thank you guys for getting
Absolutely.
together, and we'll
Th-
see you
th-
guys.
thank
in the
you
next
guys.
one.
Yeah, thank you guys for endorsing this idea along with me. I know that we're all excited for the future of zombies, where it can go.
Black Ops 6, baby.
We've got some crazy stuff to talk about in the coming
High
weeks
hopes.
for zombies, especially for this podcast. So if you guys are watching this and you guys like what you hear, you like what we're talking about, and you're interested about all of this stuff, maybe you're familiar with a lot of this stuff, maybe you're not, maybe you're getting into it. If you guys are excited nonetheless, we would appreciate a like rating down below and subscribe to the channels, which I'm sure we're going to be posting this on both my channel, Wistful Sam, as well as Not Lad's YouTube channel. If you guys
Name
want to support us
soon
there,
will
feel free
change.
to. We greatly appreciate it. It's going to help us continue to produce these podcasts for you guys. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one, I think.
Absolutely. Great episode, you guys.
Hell yeah. All right.
All right. Well, peace out, you guys.